All right.
All right, here's the draft spec. Let's get to the draft real quick. Oh, boom! There we go. It's
Mhm.
draft time. Okay, hello, it's me and Mayo. I was gonna say add it again, but honestly, we've never done this together before,
That's
so
first
add it for
time.
the first time. Mayo here is gonna do some play-by-play for you. It's gonna be
That's
great.
right. Yeah.
He's never gonna stumble over his words. I've actually never heard him stumble over his words, unless it's to say a specific word that
Yeah.
we're not gonna say on broadcast, right, Mayo?
Yeah. I mean, do I even make mistakes? I don't think so. Not once in
Dang.
my
I mean, we
entire
can say that
life.
on broadcast. This is an 18 plus broadcast, not a family friendly show, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
But
but
if
if you
I
say it like 5 times in a row, that's like
exactly, if I start
a
saying it,
little
I'm not gonna be able
sus.
to stop. So yeah.
A
It's
little,
banned. It's
little
banned.
sus.
Yeah.
All right, so we got AR versus Deep Dive for the first game. Deep Dive coming in really hot, as in like unbelievably hot. They are fully undefeated through the regular season, 9
Wow.
and 0. It's never happened before. They're looking for an
Whoa.
undefeated season straight up. This is their first playoff match, however, because they got a bye. So
Okay.
it might not be really that warm. AR, on the other hand, had to fight their way through GB, I believe. I think. Yeah, GB
Okay.
to make it here. So they're the fourth seed. Deep
Okay.
Dive has elected to play on the red side, so it seems.
Okay.
If they're doing that, I'm sure they have some sort of counter pick prepared, potentially for the top side. Avarion has his entire arsenal up for grabs here. He's got a champ pool that's just ridiculously large. Also, their lobby is full, so they invited me to a full lobby that I cannot join.
Oh
Question mark.
yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Get me in there. All right. Yeah. On the other hand, Coco's the same way, right? He's got a lot of crazy champs. We saw him
Okay.
won a season last season, playing a
Yeah.
lot of crazy champs on Second Breakfast.
Right.
I think in a lot of ways these teams are not
Nerds.
constructed in the same way, but they're
Yeah.
similar, and there's a reason they're both like top tier teams. They've got top laners that
Gotcha.
can hold it down and carry if they need to carry. They got strong junglers in Mina and Satania who have both been performing really well this season. Mid
Okay.
laners, Vid the Mid and Nathaniel, both really consistent. I think this one could go the distance.
Okay. Gotcha. So you're saying we're looking at the top half of the map. Whichever top half kind of gets an advantage is probably gonna be able to run away with it in this contest. Is that? Yeah.
I think that's generally what happens in their games, but on the other hand, like, Man Butts has the propensity to carry if given enough resources. Elise
Okay.
is now slouch. This is her first season, but she's really coming to her own. I think people didn't think that, like, she came in kind of like midway through the season when Chieri stepped out, kind of
Yeah.
thrown into the fire, but she's really adapted. She's played
Right.
and practiced a ton with this team. I think they're the team that might practice the most, honestly. And I think it really shows because they're here in the upper bracket, in the upper semifinals, I think, quarterfinals, whatever,
Yeah.
fighting for their lives. Not really, because they got another shot if they lose, but fighting against AR, or not
Right.
AR, Deep Dive to see if they can continue into the winners semis, winners finals, winners whatever.
Yeah. The
Um,
ultimate test.
yeah,
The
and
strongest team in the league.
we talked about top side, but I think complicit in that top side is Drew, who likes to roam up to that top side. So, also the chat isn't working for me, Mayo. So, unless nobody's typed, is anybody typing?
No, people have typed, but it's just been people that are irrelevant, like Power. I mean, no. The chat's working. The chat's working.
Oh,
For
really?
me, people are
I
typing. Yeah,
can't
people
see
are
it.
talking.
So you can tell them spectator R because I cannot see that chat.
Oh, dude, I thought you meant Twitch chat. You meant
No,
oh.
lobby chat. Okay.
I just played Power for no reason. Yeah,
Bruh.
spec art. Sorry, whoops. Whoops. My bad. Verbal typo. Apologies.
Tisk. But yeah, you can tell them
Yeah.
spectators are ready. Here we
Yeah,
go.
they got. Yep.
What do you think this draft is going to look like? I know you haven't been following BTL too closely, but like we do have Acid Rabbits, some of the champions that they play a lot of junglers. I know Sataniel has a crazy amount of like these weird pocket picks, Nocturne,
Gotcha.
Evelyn, all up the
Okay.
sleeves. But Mina, no different. She's got the Rengar. She's also got the Evelyn.
Okay.
Got a lot of stuff that she can flex to. So what do you think happens in this pick ban from the very start?
Well-
Also, aren't you the play-by-play? Aren't you supposed to ask me this? Hello?
Yeah. Okay.
Uh,
Mr. Colorcaster. Actually, what do you
Wait, you can't
think?
turn it on me. You have to answer this one
No,
first.
no. Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm not.
The
I have a half finger on the pulse of the season. I think there's some contested picks. Isn't like Wukong really strong this patch? I think Ash support still a thing? Like, what are we? What are we
Ash
working with
support
here?
got nerfed like
Oh,
relatively hard, but I think it's still fine actually. Ash support specifically.
okay.
I don't think every ADC support can play right now, but Ash
Okay.
support still pretty good. We're gonna see
Okay.
Kindred and Brand bans.
Okay.
I mean, these are pretty clear. Like, look how fast the bans are flying in. These are targeted
Yeah,
bans, except for maybe the Annie, but I think that is a targeted one at
for
Deidre
sure.
anyway. That's another Deidre champ because earlier in the season they played Senna Cassiopeia bot lane and had Deidre play the Cassiopeia. So they're really trying to take all the pocket strategies away from Deep
Gotcha.
Dive. Same
Okay.
deal for Deep Dive, right? Like they took away Nocturne, they took away Brand. This is potentially an Evelyn ban, but I don't know because Deep Dive plays it
Okay.
too, and I don't know if Acid Rabbits would pick it early anyway. So we'll see
Okay.
if they keep pinching Vid, keep pinching
Okay.
Centennial, or have something else up their sleeves.
All right.
Oh, Vygar,
Speaking a
that's a
bit more
mid.
on this.
Yep. This is
Okay.
before Vygar gets nerfed. Or actually, wait, did Vygar just get nerfed? He just got nerfed, right? Yeah, literally this patch, he just got nerfed, like yesterday night, right? Last night.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's pretty interesting that they would still go to ban him anyway. I think the nerfs actually are pretty impactful, but I think Deep Dive thinks, Vid will play it anyway.
All right. Yeah. Veigar really
Swain.
strong on this meta.
Oh, okay.
Scales really hard.
This is an interesting pick because Nathaniel plays this mid, but Manbutts plays it bot, and it's a denial pick. Manbutts almost surely taking it bot. I've never seen Vid play Swain.
Okay.
I think it's an interesting pick because Drew tends to leave lane a lot, try to make plays on the top side of the map. These Fire Knight alone, they want to try to pick on him. I think he's been really hard to pick on this season.
Okay.
But I mean, Swain is a pretty hard champion to play into. It's probably going to be Swain Morgana.
How hard is it to dive a Swain? I would imagine pretty hard, right?
Pretty hard.
So, yeah,
But
even if he's there alone.
right, but Maokai and Varus are both like top tier picks against Swain. Maokai
Okay.
can use his little like ult and send vines everywhere, keep Swain stuck in his tracks, and then Varus outrages Swain, so he can actually just kill Swain or poke him down to where Swain has a really hard time entering. And there's the Morgana like I predicted. It's
Yeah.
because one, Elise plays a lot of Morgana, and two, Swain Morgana is a really strong pair. You root someone into another root. Honestly,
Right.
whoever comes first, like cool. But either way,
Yeah.
it's a CC chain, and these two both have like tons of burst damage. I do
For sure.
think hard to play against Varus though because Varus does have a lot of range, but he doesn't have a dash. So
Okay.
if he doesn't cleanse correctly or he has his cleanse down, it might just be curtains for the Varus if he gets caught. And they're gonna really try to dial up on that pick comp with a Vi here.
Yeah. So does having a Morgana make it easier to play as the Swain into a Maokai? Because you mentioned the R makes it, you're locked out from such a long range. Morgana by Black Shield gives you a little bit of kind of freedom to maybe walk out of that situation where you'd normally be dead. No?
Yeah, that's a good call. I think Morgana here gives Swain some freedom, like you mentioned, to like play up in fights and get around in spaces he wants to get into. But with the Galio lock-in, that's going to be a lot of CC to try to get the
Yeah.
Morgana through anyway. So it might be
Right.
interesting because every character right now on Deep Dive's team has a lot of CC attached, a lot of ways to mess with Swain. But Galio itself, though, is not the greatest pick into Swain because, I mean, Swain can just stand on him and like not care. But
Right.
Galio is really good into Morgana and into Vibe because he can
Yeah.
prevent somebody from getting straight one shot
Yeah.
and
But
coming
wait,
right on top of them.
yo, is Kled meta?
Oh,
Wait, my guy finally made it. Wait a second.
that's
Okay.
interesting. I
Okay.
mean, Coco plays it.
Wait, my other guy made it. Okay.
Oh, it's a
Wait,
mega
wait, wait.
angle. What
Hey,
the?
I love this patch. What is this? Where's your Nectin ban? No, I'm just kidding.
Wukong it would have been nuts. It's a good ban from Acid Rabbits. Take away Wukong here. Wukong Galio combo sounds pretty obnoxious.
For sure. And that's just on a mid that's being banned, right? Just on is basically a mid laner at this point.
Right, and Vid has shown it a couple times to varying levels of success. I think Deep Dive though is like, all right, if you're not going to play Tristana here, then what are you going to play AD mid? I mean, they could flex a sway mid. I don't see it happening because I don't see Vid playing it. But I don't know what else Vid can pick here that's AD. So I think what they might have to do is play AP mid and then AD top lane.
Okay.
Maybe that's one reason. Maybe Deep Dive saw this coming, and that's one reason why Acid Rabbit's on blue and they're on red, because it's hard for Coco to get a full counter pick here. You know, if Varian showed a tank or something, maybe Coco just goes like Vayne and says like, "Fuck it, I'm playing this to carry." It's
Yeah.
hard to do that when you're blind picking.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a blind on the top side. Oh, Rengar. That's a pretty weird pick to me here. The Rengar Realio combo makes sense, but Rengar jumping in Morgana Swain Vi, like that doesn't really make sense. Swain and Morgana. Swain is gonna be tanky, but he'll also have stopwatch. Same for Morgana. So
Okay.
the core that exists right now, I think Rengar is actually a pretty bad pick into,
Yeah.
but it combos. And I think
Yeah.
if he gets enough ahead, I mean, if Rengar gets big, then he gets big and he one shots. So like, yeah.
I feel like it's not the strongest team identity
Oh,
from deep dive so far. Uh, I guess Acid Rabbits could be easily going for a dive comp here.
right.
That
That
kind of makes
that
sense.
that Olaf is a really good pick against this whole
Yeah.
team. Just runs through them, can't get one shot by Rengar, can run through the Gallo, run through the Maokai, ignore them, kill the Varus who can't really like dash away from him. That Olaf
Yeah.
is a perfect pick. But Olaf
Right.
just got nerfed on this patch. So
Right.
something to
But in the event that
keep in mind.
Olaf kills Varus, the team fight's just over. Because that's gonna be a lot of their damage later on.
Whoa, the Lux mid?
Ooh, that's a lot of CC. That's a lot of range. That's a lot of CC.
It
Like you mentioned
is.
earlier on, the land one CC guy dies. That's gonna be.
Yeah,
I mean, you've
but
got point of.
I personally I hate this Lux pick. I hate it because
Okay,
how are you gonna live, man? I mean, you're gonna stopwatch. You're gonna burn stopwatch immediately every fight, but
that's
that
true.
Rengar is coming in hot. But
Yeah, not a lot of disengage.
yeah, and it doesn't like who are you picking off? You can only really pick off Varus here. And I
But
mean,
yeah.
they're gonna try, so they're gonna
Hmm.
try to get around walls, but Varus is gonna know that he's gonna stand like a million miles away to cleanse up. And look,
Yeah.
Lux has such little value to everybody else on this team. The Mundo top,
Mhm.
oh, it's so useless into everybody except if you get a pick on Varus. And it's
Okay.
also really bad into Galio because you can never get lane prio on Galio, and Galio overshoves you every time. So you're not going to be able to stop the Galio from moving the early game, and I think that's going to be really crippling for the early game unless Olaf gets a huge lead and Vi can just play through the Olaf, and I mean it's Olaf, so that could be possible. Or if Bot gets a bunch of like random kills and stuff like that. But I can't see what led them to Lux as this last pick. I think I
Yeah.
would have rather seen something more, either like a really hard carry, let's say in mid,
Okay.
where you're like, fine, I'm gonna hemorrhage pressure against Galio, whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and pick like Corki or like Aurelian Soul or something like that, right? Something that just scales like to the moon,
Yeah.
right? I mean, yeah, I mean those are a couple of examples. There's plenty of other examples that actually work better than this anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, you could go Gore Drinker Jace here and get like ridiculous value. There's tons of examples here, and I feel like Vid plays some of those. I know
Okay.
everybody knows he plays Brand, everybody knows he plays Vanguard.
Sure.
But I mean, I think like Aurelian Soul could be in his wheelhouse. I think I've seen him play it. I'm not sure.
Is that champion still strong or is it been nerfed? Yeah. Because it kind of ran the meta for a couple of patches ago. I don't know if it's still as broken
Yeah.
as it was.
I'm not sure, but I mean that could have been the plan. I think honestly the ban Annie, but Annie could have actually been pretty good here too. To be honest, Leandri's Annie. There's a ton of champions I think just get more value. You could even play just like a basic champion like Victor here, and get shoved in just like Lux, but later in the game you have the Andries and you just like shred.
Think what I could offer.
I'm confused why they would go Lux, but I think as we load into this game, it just really signals, hey, we're gonna get a ton of dive here. We're gonna try to play a ton of pick. If that's
For sure.
the case, then this Lux might prove us wrong. She might be able
Yeah.
to be on the side of walls, try to
Yeah.
snare Varus. If she hits him,
Sure.
then
Yeah.
everything's out the window. Who cares? Everybody
Right.
runs in, that guy dies.
Yeah. So it looks to me like this game is going to be all about vision. Because the Lux pick can be questionable. I get what you're saying, but assuming Acid Rabbits gets enough vision, Deep Dive is walking in enough darkness, then Morgana binding, Lux binding, Swain, E, I think. This vision control seems like it's going to be really, really critical this game, especially for Acid Rapids and their win con.
Right. I agree. I think that the only downside of that is that the tankiness of the team of Deep Dive is gonna be like the deciding factor there, because I think you're going to need you can't one shot someone with just say Swain, Morgana, Vi in late game. That's like a Mundo, right? You snare Mundo, it's not gonna do anything. You snare
Right.
like a Rengar, yeah, you probably one shot him, but Galio's coming down. That kind of stuff. Like,
Very true.
You
Yeah.
really need to make sure you're on point and that
For
this
sure.
Olaf is dialed in. I think the
Of
Olaf
course.
is the real key here. If he
Yeah.
is close enough to combo off of the snare or off of a Y ult, that's
Correct.
the key. Because I don't know if they
Okay.
can stop Olaf. They don't have any
Okay.
tools to really do it if Olaf has ult running.
Yeah.
And I think Lux is just kind of a random supplemental pick, but like
Okay.
Let me get in there.
I think vision control is going to be really big for deep life players. But they have so many ways to like stick bodies in places and like actually push out for that vision. And Rengar can
Right.
press ult and actually avoid a lot of that vision too.
Yeah.
Um,
And they have Maokai with the saplings. Yeah.
yeah.
A lot of ways
So
to check bushes. Yeah.
right. So I think it's gonna be an interesting game. Two very different game plans facing off against each other.
Okay.
I'm just not
So
really
what?
sure which one will reign supreme.
Okay. Do we get to make predictions as catches? We do, right? Who do
Yeah,
you who do
of
you
course.
favor going into this?
That Lux pick really puts a lot of wrenches here. I feel like they needed to pick like something that can really pump out damage later in the game. I think honestly, solely because of the Lux pick, I think Deep Dive's draft is stronger. And like I would probably favor them. It might be a different story if instead of this Lux pick, it was something that could really output damage, good sustained damage when things are happening, especially in the late game. But yeah, I don't see it having much value, and if it doesn't have much value, you may be lacking the burst damage you need to actually finish off the picks, right? And if you're
Gotcha.
lacking that burst damage, that's a death sentence for your comp against Deep Dive.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also
Oh,
curious
it's
what
Morgana
builds.
mid. Is that Morgana mid?
Oh, it might be.
Oh.
Oh, that makes sense. Vid the
Does
mid
that
on
change the
Morgana.
situation at all? Yeah.
I
I
don't
mean, it's
know if
still
it does.
similar. Yeah. As a matter of fact, is Morgana mid, similar damage or less damage than Lux? I feel like it might be less, but I'm not actually sure. Or is it just like relative? What do you think there?
I actually think it might be a little more.
Okay.
Maybe not burst. Well, I mean, she's gonna go Leandries, so you're
Okay.
probably gonna do a little more. This is
Okay.
potentially better,
Okay.
potentially, but I'm not sure if it is. I
What
think it
about
might be a
matchup?
little better.
What about the Morgana Galio matchup? Is that more favorable for Morgana, or is there a reason why that
Oh, it
matchup would
is
be?
much easier for Morgana, so I actually like that a
Okay.
lot. I think this is right. This is the correct switch. I think it's a pretty smart switch that I didn't really see, but like seems pretty obvious now that you think of Vid the mid's pool and like Xylus's pool. Um, I think it makes sense. I think you get actually you can balance shove against Gallium a lot more easily with Morgana mid, so it's not too bad. I do think your
Okay.
bot side though is a lot more vulnerable.
Okay.
By the way, that's a
Yeah,
Malphite
without
support
the
as well.
black
But
shield.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah. I think
Yeah.
your bot side is a lot more vulnerable to Rengar Galio though, and like 10 times more diveable. So
Okay.
this game, doing this with the mid switch puts a lot more onus into this mid lane. They have to maintain pressure, try to
Okay.
keep Valio from moving too aggressively, and then Vi needs to be really smart about protecting his bot side. Because I do think,
Okay.
for sure now, if Swain and Lux get behind, it's kind of doomed. You
Okay.
don't have damage with just Vi, Olaf, and Morgana to actually kill anybody on this team except for maybe Varus, and you're going to have to go through hell to do it. So
Right. Okay. So you're saying earlier on we're looking at how junglers move around the bot side. You're saying it's Vi's job to kind of protect that bot side, trying not to get too far behind. And how does Rengar play this game? I think the game's pretty wide open for Rengar, right? He can play around either lane. He can play to shut down the Olaf because he's so critical to their damage, especially in the mid game. And like you said, he can also play the bot side and try to shut down that bot
yeah.
lane.
The early game
Um,
though, if he ganks the early game Olaf though, and the Olaf has great wave position, I think the Olaf 1v2s him. So
1v2s, very
pretty
possible.
hard actually to deal with the top
Yeah.
side. This actually makes my outlook on this game a lot more like a lot closer.
Okay.
In general, because I think the lanes are more balanced this way with Morgana mid, and like they can actually play it through. And Lux Swain should shove here really hard and should have a lot of pressure. It just needs to make like Mina has to swing this lane. I mean, swing topside, sure, make sure Olaf's not strong. I just think that's a lot harder to do unless you have
Right.
Galio opened at the same time.
Sure.
And like you can move your 3 core up
Three
and you
man.
beat their
Yeah.
3 core up.
Yeah.
If you can sneak your entire 3 core up and beat their 3 core up, then you win.
Yeah. Of course, it's a
But
dangerous game. Yeah.
yeah, it is a dangerous game. But more easily, if you can catch a Swain Lux on the push or something like that, and dive them with your like 4 core instead, that could break the game pretty quick too. So I think if I'm Mina, I'm mostly looking, unless there's something free on the top side, or unless I can really trap them on a frozen wave or something that a Varian can set up for me. I think I'm looking for the pot side. Try to swing this lane early. If I swing this lane early, I know I'm sitting pretty for the rest of the game.
Okay. Well, let's get in here. Pretty
Yeah.
excited to see how this one's going to shake out. Yeah, I think it's not actually immediately clear to me who has a distinct advantage. Like you mentioned, I think Acid Rabbit's comp probably is harder to execute. But yeah, both teams have tools to win. Like most games, it's going to come down to execution. But
Right.
yeah, I'm excited to see how this works.
I also think that the Varus, if I'm the Varus, I probably go on hit Varus here, It's one of the few, like, I think, lethality Varus is really strong, but on-hit Varus here, I feel just feels a little better. You get a little bit more survivability from your, what's it called? I don't know what it's called, the Immortal Shield Bow. Yeah, that thing. Immortal Shield Bow. People are going to dive into you, like, relentlessly, and if they do that, you need to get, like, actual damage out and, stack a ton of hits on people. And like output, you gotta A move like crazy, output in these fights, use your cleanse really well. Like you're probably not gonna be the carry, but you can output a lot more and somewhat safely-ish as a on-hit there. So, but he
worth noting.
one. I'm in game. Are you in game?
Yeah, I'm in game. 45 seconds in. Yeah.
What is this?
A little bit of a tussle on the top lane. Yeah, I didn't see it. I saw that too.
Okay.
I'm
Cool.
55 seconds in. You?
Yeah, perfect. We're chilling.
Okay, cool. So worth noting, double ignite here for the side of Acid Rapids. So as you mentioned, not falling behind early, gonna be key this game. So double ignite to double TP.
Yeah,
for the
I think that's
solo
also kind of weird. Ignite on Morgana seems really strange. I mean, I think Ghost Ignite is fine on Coco. That's probably the best thing he could possibly do here. But Ignite on Morgana is really weird because I don't think you're gonna really get value out of it into the Galio. What the? We take those easy trades.
Finding early, yeah.
But I don't think you're going to get value out of it. And TP allows you to actually help bail out any of these like Galio roams if he ever gets positioned.
Okay.
Which
is Morgana supposed to
going to be sometime.
Start binding or does she start pool? I don't know how that's supposed to work for lane.
Sure.
Okay, yeah. Because she's going to get shoved in. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what Galio wants to do is sow chaos. He just wants to run around the map like a fucking maniac. Get places on the map and then abuse people in the early game, and if people don't know what's going on, that's a good thing for Galio. Like that's what he wants because he wins so many early game skirmishes, which is also one reason why you should take W on Morgana, so you can more easily balance the push. Because like you'll see in mid, like look, he hit like a snare or two here, but he's still starting to get shoved in a little bit, and he hasn't really done that much to Daniel, who is running Aftershock right now. Like. Tate doesn't really care, and I don't think Morgana is ever really going to straight solo him unless he messes up. And so, like, the Ignite also feels kind of weird here, too. But
yeah. If I would imagine, it's probably for the early 3v3s or 2v2s. They just want to have that, additional power from the mid laner. I think it's shaping up to be a game, where they
that's
plan
fair,
on.
but there's triple Ignite, so, like, if you're going to skirmish on the top side or skirmish on the bot side, somebody's running in there with an Ignite.
Right.
In fact, I think there's a high chance that people overwrite Ignites this game on this team.
You think they're going to be double Ignites? Yeah.
Yeah, because the thing is, you're trying to tunnel one guy, right?
Correct.
Like, that's your whole goal. So if you actually get a tunnel on somebody, then you're probably going to ignite him, and you're probably going to, multiple people might actually ignite him. Oh, they're going on
There's that bot lane combo.
Gonna have to flash out of it.
Is that how we pronounce it? Is Xylease? Ain't no way.
I don't know, bro.
There's no way.
It's an XY, bro.
It's Elise, bro.
How does XY become an E?
Look, okay. You're the caster in charge here. If you're saying it's Xylease, then it's Xylease. Yeah, okay, then it's definitely Elise.
My color opinion is that you're wrong and full of shit. All right.
All right. But there was a flash of that combo you mentioned earlier on. With Swain landing a snare and Lux following up, but the Maokai just took the opportunity to go right in on the Lux and forced a flash.
Yeah, Lux was in a little bit of a bad position. Oh, look, see here already they're trying to swing
here's the Galio. Yeah, sowing the chaos.
They're holding the wave too. Xylease and Manbutts, or Elise.
Thank you.
And Manbutts. Oh, Galio's gonna TP back mid after the failed roam.
Okay.
Does output some pressure on the bot side.
Yeah. I mean, I can't.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say it doesn't look that bad. So I mean, they didn't get a kill off of it, but they do have a really nasty freeze, and the bot lane does have to be on notice. Right. Although this might crash.
At least there's no flash.
Okay.
So they're always gonna be in danger. Speaking of danger, here comes the Maokai. That Maokai has flash though. This is surely a
gonna be
first blood.
Yeah. Over, and they're giving it to August. I thought they're
giving guys too. He might flash.
Oh, there's the flash forward.
Nice.
He flashed forward. Does he die here?
He's gonna live. No. He might kill. He kills Fire Knight, surely.
Oh,
that is really good for AR. 2D AF trying to turn back. Gonna take a tower shot. He goes. She goes down too.
Oh,
it's
wow.
A bloodbath.
Yeah, what a turn. Okay. Very well played by Mr. Manbutts, of course. This Olaf is going for everything here. He got the solo, but does he die to the tower? Oh, he does. Okay. Wave position though. It would be really good for the Olaf, but the Mundo has TP. So even though this wave is crashing, he's gonna get most of it up.
It's perfect for Mundo. He gets to pick up this whole wave. He can actually freeze it too. And
yeah,
Rengar's already on top side, so it could be really dangerous for Coco. depending
Okay.
on how they manage this wave.
So gold-wise, Acid Rapid's up by 300, but that was a really interesting sequence. I'm trying to kind of decide who that worked best for.
Good question.
Yeah, wait, I was gonna say I should phrase that as a question for the U guy. Oh, here's the Maokai ganking mid.
It's spell shield.
Okay.
It's gonna take a lot of her HP away though, this Morgana.
And she doesn't have TP to get back into lane or mana to even out the wave. So this could be a play that we see paying dividends in a minute and a half to 2 minutes. If Galio can get a free roam based on the Morgana HP. So, wait, you're the color, right? No, you're the shout. Which
No,
you're the
no,
color?
I'm gonna let you play by play. I'm gonna shut up now.
Okay, so you're color. No, I was gonna say, so Mr. Color, who do you think benefited from that sequence of events spot lane? Obviously, the Swain played really well and popped off there.
I think that it benefits AR. The Swain getting kills is really important. I think Swain exists as a stat stick. And
Okay.
if your stats are high enough, which they're getting there because you got a double kill,
Right.
then at the end of the day, if everybody goes on you and you press R and you're strong enough so you don't get one shot, you're gonna burn everybody alive.
Okay.
And they can't really
So
run
you
from
can
you,
be
right? Like, look at this
impressive.
team.
Yeah.
Melee as fuck.
This Mundo has R. It's not really, he's not really in danger of diving from this position. Not with the giant spells in his inventory. I think the Vise is gonna look to counter jungle here. Bot lane's shoving this wave in. And okay, so we mentioned earlier on Morgana had to base. It looks like it's not going to be a huge major advantage. This Galio is going to crash a wave and she'll lose some creeps, but ooh, well Galio's 6, but he's going to have to base here. No mana to play. Oh, but
good
here's
interrupt.
Daniel. Yeah,
Tate
this
has
guy has flash. He has flash. Yeah, he's out with the block right there. Okay, very interesting. So that delays his base. Morgana is likely going to look to shove in a wave and then maybe get a roam off a roam of her own off. Let's see.
Yeah. I also like Manbutts' rune choice because he went commencing stopwatch, and that's gonna be pretty good against this 2-1 Rengar. As long as Manbutts can buy time, the Swain is always gonna have a ton of value in this game specifically. And he built Lost Chapter, so he's clearly signaling that he's gonna go Leandry's here, which I think is the right call too, with all the
Right.
boys that he's going to output damage around like right in front of him.
For sure.
Oh,
So it's probably going to be a
Hex
double
Slash.
Landry thing.
Oh, Hex Slash
Oh.
here. Gonna go on Xyleaf again. He has Flash of Time.
Yeah,
He
but I'm not sure
flashes.
if I can live here. Oh!
Oh, she lived.
Oh!
What?
Does if I have R? Oh.
Oh.
Wow!
Galio
Oh, here's the
just
Galio
committed
though. Not necessarily.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, nice snare, Manbutts.
Oh, these fights are
there's so
really.
many dead people.
Yeah, these fights are really close.
Oh, Sataniel missed the Q on Tate, which might cost them.
Okay.
Take a turn
Okay.
easily.
Okay.
That's a double. Oh, good stopwatch. Oh, he's dead.
These fights are so touch and
Vid.
go.
Vid wants blood.
Okay.
Oh. Good for one at least.
Okay, this is this is really well played.
Oh,
Man, if only there was
Ignite.
somebody.
He ignited him. Is that enough? I don't think it is.
I don't think so. No, it didn't pan. Dude, if only we had somebody to play these intense fights, it'd be fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying?
What the?
Okay, no, but that was obviously
We need
another
a-
really banger fight bot lane. Yeah, these fights are a lot. There's a lot going on, bro.
How did
These
he
are some
zoom,
really-
how did I zoom out again? I can't remember.
I don't know. There's like
It's
there's a whole
Control Shift T.
it's like a cheat
Control
code
Shift
thing. Yeah.
Z? Oh, Control
Yeah, I don't
Shift
know.
Z. Look at me, bro.
Control. No, it was fucking
No, it's
solo
Control
soldier.
Shift Z and scroll wheel.
Yeah. Okay,
I
okay,
did
maybe
it. I
that
did it. I
too.
did it. I'm a genius.
Okay. Wait, hold on. You could scroll out of the
Bro,
entire
yeah,
universe,
yeah.
bro. What is
Where's
this?
Glenn at, dude? Hire me.
Okay. Yeah. So you know this game so far has just been a lot of really scrappy fights bot lane. Yeah, a lot of really good bot lane play to kind of. I mean, they're getting overloaded, but they're also playing really well, even when they're down numbers. So
Yeah,
really
I mean,
commendable work.
This Herald is potentially a big thing too. If they can break Coco out and he can get a map, it'll be really good.
Sure.
Oh, look at Mambus just run them down. He's level 6. He knows he's invincible.
And yeah, level 6, a lot of gold in his pocket, a lot of kills this game, and he's just been playing really, really well. So his confidence is probably just he understands that he runs the rift. So love to see that. Gold wise, about 1,000 gold in favor of our rabbits here. I've got a bit of a fight here in the jungle. I don't think this Mundo is in danger.
I think he's fucking dead.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's what I meant. But he's not in
He's
danger.
pretty fucking dead.
His life's over, bro.
Coco's
He's not
still
in
an adult.
danger.
Like, Nobody dies
Okay.
here. In fact, I think QDAF dies if she goes in.
Okay. Here we go.
She can
It's
go
a lot
in
of
there.
damage.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, under tower? Okay. Okay, interesting. So they actually were able to take down the Mundo. I guess his R was ticking through. A lot of damage there. Yeah, obviously I don't think he would fall there, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, Coco
Okay.
is pretty large and in charge.
Yeah, for sure.
His next back, like, let's see how much gold he has in his pocket. 1,825, decent amount of gold. His next back, he's going to be massive.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, a goal differential there is about 400 in favor of our Coco.
Our Coco,
Biggest-
our collective Coco.
Yeah. Our shared Coco there.
My Coco.
No. It's shared. He's a shared resource, bro. The biggest lead, or the biggest gap so far this game is bot lane, about at 800 gold lead, if my math's correct here, maybe 900, 850 looks like, in favor of Swain.
It's
Well, here
super
comes
significant.
Coco.
Swain being big,
Yeah.
but he does not have stopwatch
Yeah.
anymore. And so we also have to keep in mind because he's going to finish.
Oh my God, Coco.
Oh,
Okay,
he
yeah,
missed
as you
that.
mentioned,
Oh,
I
he's
don't
not
think it
gonna
matters.
miss.
Yeah,
Oh, it's a top canyon right now.
yeah,
Feels pretty bad to be the Mundo because there's just not much you can do if you get tagged and
Yeah.
you have ult running. Like, it is what
Yeah.
it is. But that Olaf is a
Oh,
menace.
here comes
Manbot
Mina
says
looking
ult.
to shut down.
I think
Yeah, I feel like this is a
Elise
bad
probably
fight.
dies, but
Okay.
Manbot's ult.
Okay.
Manbots can fight this.
Oh, he doesn't have Zhonya's like you
No,
mentioned.
he can't.
Okay,
Nice.
so big shutdown, big shutdown.
Yeah, but look
I
at
mean,
the
that's
top side.
Overload 4. Yeah,
Yeah, huge overload. They're gonna take Dragon off of this, but top side
Maybe.
can shoot.
they might take Dragon, or Amina might walk into Morgana.
If Manbutts had stopwatch, that fight was actually good, but he doesn't, and so the perseverance pays off here as they come back down and fight it again without stopwatch. I'm not sure
Very
if
good.
Elise and Manbutts both had flash in that fight, but they still have them, so I'm curious, like, what exactly happened there.
Yep. Okay, well the first Dragon will go over to the side of our deep dive.
You know, Deep Dive, like, historically, if you look at the stats, this split, they're actually not the strongest early game team. They're usually, like, 50-50. Like, half their games, they're ahead. Half their games, they're behind at, like, 10, 15 minutes.
Oh, we've got a
Big
catch
pick.
in the jungle.
QDAF flashes out.
Okay, but they've got man butts here. He's really
Big
strong.
hit.
Yeah, so it's a 1-for-1. Oh! Oh!
The-
Okay, they
They have
assume.
vision in the bush.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay,
So-
well,
Satania, like, turned around there and didn't have vision in the bush, and nobody could actually finish him.
yeah, fair play by Deep Dive. Got the kill on the enemy support, and your support lives.
Yeah,
Okay,
they
but
did
now...
burn 2 flashes and give up all this bottling pressure.
Oh!
Oh,
Okay, goodbye. Yeah.
oh, wait, Satania already E'd.
Okay.
This could actually hurt
oh,
him quite a lot.
yeah.
Eh.
Okay. Right. So a lot of plates here for the jungler and the bot and the it was just called a bot laner. It's not an ADC. And the bot laner here. Let's see what that gold's looking like now. So about a clean 1,000 gold in favor of
Man, booty.
Mr. Swain, yeah. And also a 1,000 gold difference in top lane too, yeah.
Oh, he doesn't have a most skill game. Vi actually has the most skill game. What's that?
Junglers. Yeah, Manbut's just playing with no fear. He knows his team's behind him. Nothing to worry about.
Big boy.
Yeah.
Look at that
Okay,
board
so you-
on the Olaf top. He's got
Uh,
red, bro.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Yeah, the whole team here for AR is gonna be pretty anti-tank. You've got 2 Leandries on a board. Your tanks are gonna be, yeah, and a Sunder on the Vi. Yeah, exactly. Your tanks are gonna be crying.
It's a ton.
But is everybody on the team gonna build
Whoa,
any free
whoa,
damage?
look at the Varus' build. He actually went shield bow anyway, but he bought the tier, and he has
Okay.
Hail of Blades. Like, whoa, bro.
are you offended?
mean,
It's like, yeah, just your eyes.
I am a little bit, because
Yeah.
if he completes that tier into Muramana, it's going to delay all of his crit spikes and everything.
Sure.
And if he doesn't complete the tier, then he wasted 400 gold on a tier that he
Correct.
opened with.
Sure.
It's real weird, not gonna lie.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really see where he's going with it. And
Okay.
if you get Muramana, like, yeah, you get a little more AD, that's cool, but like, it feels so much worse than just getting crit, you know?
For
Like,
sure.
Just getting
Yeah.
like a Essence Reaver or like going on hit, you know?
Yeah.
So like,
Oh,
you
we've got
probably
QDAF.
go on hit.
Oh, that's a lot of damage on the strongest person. Oh!
Oh
Okay, okay.
God, he almost killed me.
Really close, really
That was
close.
so close. Look at the land.
Yeah. Oh, he almost burned. Wow. Okay. Yes, this man butts guy is really, really strong. Um, what does he go from here? Does he go straight into Azani's, or how does that build go? Okay.
You need stopwatch, clearly. You saw that.
Sure.
Imagine
Yeah.
if he stopwatch was right in the middle of that. He flashed on, like, imagine if he flashed the backside,
Yeah.
the backside, like, you know, Q, Janya's, and it comes out of Janya's and Q's again. Like, that
probably
guy
a
is
3-0.
dead. Yeah, that's probably
Yeah.
2 kills at least, and they
Yeah.
don't damage him, so he might get a 3rd. Like,
Okay.
it is so important that he gets the stopwatch going, and I think he has to go hourglass.
Okay. AR picking up the Herald here.
I wouldn't be surprised
got-
to see both mid and Swain hourglass.
Yep. Oh, QDAF. Did she win this? Okay. All right.
It's gonna work. He has no ult.
That's Mina. Okay. Really, really good catch by QDAF. We're just talking about how strong this Swain is. But killing him there, shoving a wave in, kind of
Yeah,
putting him more in
really
line with
big.
regular game tempo. Yeah.
QDAF is trying to carry real hard right now. I think that, I mean, without these plays from QDAF on the man butts, like this game could be way out of control. I mean, it might already be a little out of control because, like, yeah, Rengar can do that and like should continue to be able to kind of do that. But the moment that these hourglasses are complete, then you gotta have some power outside of Rengar.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a little bit of it, but I think it's kind of ruined with this Varus' build, honestly.
For sure.
3 kills, 3 assists on a Varus that's doing this. I'm not sure where this is going. Oh, at least that was risky. I think he should have died there. But I didn't. They didn't know where Man Butts was though.
For
When
sure.
he was returning
And he's
Varus.
also really strong. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, we don't have dragon timers. When's the next dragon? We just have to.
You can do the little eye thing at the bottom. I don't know the button for it.
The eye thing.
Objective timers. Eye at the bottom left. Click on it and then turn on objective timers. Dragons in 5 seconds.
Oh,
Good
cool,
timing.
cool, cool. Nice. I guess you could say it was perfect timing.
Let's see. There. Let's see. Splitting like this though is really dangerous.
Oh, Coco's in danger. But he's going straight for the Varus. Where's the Galio ulti?
Oh, Nathaniel ulted a Mundo that just ulted. That just like was CCM immune anyway.
This is really bad for the Rabbits.
This is a really scuff fight. Man Butts needs to keep his ult running though. He needs to be close enough.
Where is the damage from? Oh.
They just don't have damage really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, but they cut out. Oh, return kill. But Man Butts doesn't have ult anymore.
Yeah. His R is all.
They got off. But look at the HP bars on both teams really. Oh, Sataniel. It's going to be a 50-50 smite here. QDAF comes up and just rips it away, but gets snared in the process.
Oh,
huge taunt. Oh, but I think he died. He's going to lose more.
Okay.
His second drag, Mountain Soul.
Yeah.
Mountain Soul is actually insane for deep dive because they have they have Galio, they have like Galio, Mundo, Maokai. Insane for deep dive, so I think AR really needs to deny it. It's also really good for AR though because I mean what's his name? Swain with Mountain Soul becomes a real pain in the ass. Same for Coco with Mountain Soul, honestly. So I think this dragon is going to be really pivotal, and the fact that Deep Dive already has 2 stacks is really big. I think that's at least a couple, like that's like 1,000 or 2 gold, where you need to think about like, hey, they have this late game advantage.
Here's Mina. Just being a terror. Okay, yeah, I agree. So it's great that Mina can do that, but you are right. They need to have power on other points here.
Yeah, I mean, you saw in that fight, right? There's
yeah.
no damage.
Yeah. And that was a huge opportunity with Olaf going too deep. That was the one opportunity where they could have hypothetically turned the fight. Yeah. Yeah. But they just don't have the damage to push through a fight.
Right, and a big part of that too is the Varus build.
For sure.
I mean, he didn't even complete a damage item. He actually completed a boost right here.
Yeah.
Which is cool. You're a little, you know, less able to be picked, but does it really matter if you get picked if you do no damage?
Okay, but Man Butts is a big trouble here.
Can they even kill him?
Oh, wow. This Man Butts guy has just been...
Yeah.
He's just been breaking dreams.
Oh! Oh, he almost killed me in there. Oh my god.
Yeah. Here comes Vid the mid looking for the cleanup. Does she die to just pull? If he just pulls the bush, maybe?
He didn't have stop.
Oh. Mina probably dies here. Oh, maybe. Oh, he's looking for the swing.
Ankles are broken.
So okay, these fights are so crazy. Okay, but Rengar has to be dead. She's got R. She's got R. They have to back off here.
She's looking for so much blood, but
yeah,
it's really dangerous.
It's too dicey. It's too dicey. Really exciting play for Mina though. This is
thought that was Allen Iverson on the rip when she moved down into the bush to avoid the flash ult from Vid.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that Vid flashed that direction even. I would have flashed like super central into the bush, right? I want
Okay,
vision
yeah.
on it.
Right. That's true. I mean, I get what Mr. Vid was going for there.
Yeah,
Probably
I mean, he was trying to
he's
cut off
running
the
as far as
escape, you know?
possible. Yeah,
I think
exactly.
he
He's running
flashed
directly
up
away.
to keep them away from getting out in general and hope that his team
Right.
was closed, but his team was like 1 HP.
Right. Okay. So, Acid Rabbit's in firm control of this game, with a 3,500 gold lead here.
Yeah, I mean, the only real thing you can say is that like I mentioned before, Deep Dive has never been like a super dominant early game team, to be totally honest.
Sure.
They have super clean mid games and super clean late games. They don't make
Okay.
that many mistakes, and so if you don't put them away now and really
Right.
snowball this game, then I don't know
Sure.
if you're ever putting them away.
Right.
And that's that's their superpower. That's what led them to 9-0
Right.
season. So
Yeah.
it's still, like you mentioned, AR in the driver's seat. They're at
Yeah.
the wheel right now, but you know as
Here's Mina
Uh-oh.
looking for trouble. I don't think she's gonna find anything here.
Yeah,
Now they're
no.
too clump. Yeah. I think I am worried
That's a
about
big
Deep Dive's
move.
damage. Yeah, about Deep Dive's damage profile here, because outside of Mina murdering one person and then
Why
dying.
is Nathaniel holding? See, that was dangerous. Nathaniel holding bot side here. It's an angle for them, but luckily
For sure. Nothing became
Window
of
is
it.
not in position.
Oh, he's looking
Kind of feeling it. But
Yeah.
Rengar has no ult, so like you just walking it.
hard.
Whoa,
Yeah.
Nathaniel. Really deep.
Okay.
Really deep solo. Surely he
Struggling
dies,
to, like,
but his team's
Olaf.
here.
Okay,
Coco
the fight's
just
going.
running
Olaf
through
going
them.
deep. Oh, Olaf, yeah.
Oh.
Olaf Lux Laser.
I mean, Mina's down. Goodbye.
Wow.
Wow.
Really strong fight
Coco
there.
carry. Coco the carry. He's just
Yeah.
gonna run it
Yeah.
at everybody.
A
He
lot
made
of damage
short
went
work
through.
at Fire Knight. Fire Knight didn't even get time to cleanse. He just died.
Yeah.
Oh, that tag. Avarian has no ult. Oh.
Wow, they're looking for the
Surely he
AC.
dies to Coco.
Oh.
Oh, wait.
Oh. Okay.
That's a huge shutdown.
That is a pretty big shutdown. It's onto a Mundo, which is pretty good. Not ideal, but also pretty good. To have some more stats on that guy. Okay, I have this objectives timers thing. Like, click. Where is the objective
22
timer?
seconds, right?
Okay, where are you seeing the timer and
Right,
stuff though?
right, above the mini map. See
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, but here's the dangerous part. Elise has no stopwatch, and QDAF is back on the map with ult. And they
Okay.
actually have faster tempo here because they went down mid. If Coco didn't die, this might not be doable, but Coco dying means he's not even
Acceptable.
up for this dragon, and it's going to be
Okay.
a 5v4. I think AR is going to make the call to give this dragon, which puts them on soul point, and if they have soul point, it's a lot harder of a game for AR to really keep them away.
Oh, yeah.
Manbut's looking for it. Are they going to take
Okay.
this 45? It could be a big gamble. Oh, that's
Okay.
a big...
A lot of
scare.
damage on the
Those
mouse right
can't
here.
die.
Okay. They do get the
Dragon's
dragon
taking-
on the way out. What are they gonna have to pay for it? Oh. Oh, okay, Vide's on
he's
there.
solo though.
A lot of damage. That's
Nathaniel's
backed up by the
pretty
turret.
big.
Okay,
Oh.
good.
Manbut has no ult
Good
anymore.
Good launch.
Stopwatch though.
Okay. It's gonna be a pretty dominating win. Yeah, pretty dominating win for Acid Rapids here, and they can look towards the Baron at this point. Oh, they don't have a jungler. Yeah, but they don't have a jungler, so it's a little dicey.
True.
And
QDAF
Mina is
still up.
yeah, Mina definitely be the yeah.
They're
Okay, so you're just
take
gonna push mid here.
instead.
Yeah. These fights are really close. Really
If I were Nathaniel, I also would buy a stopwatch. No, instead of that chain vest, I'd also grab a stopwatch. Like
Okay.
in that play right there, if you stopwatch at the end of that play, you're golden. You know, I mean, literally
absolutely
golden.
literally.
But
Yeah.
like, you're chilling. Oh, look at Mina. Look at this. Look at her positioning. They actually ping her because they see her.
Okay.
So they know that there's a threat. And Manbut's has ult. So this is
Yeah.
kind of an empty threat because if she goes on it and Manbut
Yes,
presses
oh.
R.
Yeah, but no stopwatch or no
Oh, the
Zonius.
flash through so aggressive. Oh, they're baited in.
And now the Galio's landing. This
Galio's
fight doesn't
gonna
really
die.
seem winnable. Yeah.
Oh, can't even kill Elise.
Oh no.
They're trying to fight into Manbut. Look at this
Yeah.
Wayne.
Not a winnable fight at this point. That is going to be a pretty
Oh,
Pretty rough loss
that's
here.
Baron and in hit for sure.
the deep divers.
Oh, big ace. Deep
Big
dive.
ace.
Looking mortal.
Yeah. Acid Rabbits went on their way to handing Deep Dive their first loss of the season.
I want to put this out
Looking
there.
at the
Since we
variant.
beat Acid Rabbits in the regular season and therefore undefeated against Acid Rabbits, if they beat Deep Dive, that basically means we beat the team that beat Deep Dive.
I don't know if that's how it works, man.
Yeah, well, technically that is exactly how it works. We beat the
No,
team
no,
that
no.
beat Deep Dive, right?
It was a different patch, so it doesn't count. You know
No,
what I'm
but
saying?
we still beat the team that beat Deep Dive. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah, true,
Okay,
true.
true.
Yeah, and a different video game
I
though.
speak
3
no
patches
lies?
ago. Yeah, it's facts.
You saying a different video game?
3
It's in the
patches
same
ago.
fucking video game.
3 patches ago.
This isn't like it isn't like we played a Valorant tournament without you noticing, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
What's probably in here? Oh, maybe. He's alive again.
oh,
Okay.
wait,
Galio's here. Oh, this could be huge.
they're pretty overheated.
Pretty big catch.
Oh,
Okay.
wait, who's
Mina live
overheating
here?
now?
Mina
Oh,
lives?
Mina,
Oh,
Mina dies.
dies. Yeah. Okay. Still pretty big catch here for the deep divers here. 2 Barons
Yeah,
off
yeah.
the map.
It's a big
At the cost of
shutdown
your
from.
jungler.
I mean, it's 2 shutdowns, but a huge one from Coco.
Yeah, absolutely. Going straight to the Varus. I mean, build issues aside, if you get enough gold, eventually you'll complete the items you need to be a force here. And 700 gold is definitely going to help a lot to that. Let's see how far that. It's still about a 2,300 gold advantage here for the Swain. So of course, Swain is still massive, but anything kind of help Varus close the gap. It's going to be very big for the side of deep dive.
I am so surprised that Vi doesn't build stopwatch for just 1 fight even here.
Yeah.
I think it has crazy value into this team.
Yep, for sure.
But you know, like, she's signaling Death's Dance. I think that's what Death's Dance builds out of.
Yeah, those are the AD components. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. I think getting Death's Dance was probably going to be like, I think it makes sense to be your 3rd item anyway. I think that she should get stopwatch while she builds for it. But even if she doesn't, you know, that Vi is pretty big. Can still survive a little longer than you would expect. A lot of these fights where Vi's been diving in, you would expect her to get 1 shot, but the thing is, there's no damage outside of Rengar really, so she actually doesn't get 1 shot.
Right.
Ginso's completed on Varus is a huge deal though, I think.
Okay. This Mundo's in trouble. Caught out here.
QDAF.
Flies on him. The binding
chilling.
misses. Oh, it lands.
They don't have Xylee,
Okay.
but they have everybody else.
I don't think they can look to counter. I don't think he needs to re-engage
I
this.
don't think so.
There's a lot of power on the side of Acid Rabbits at this point. Binding misses. Maokai lives. This Maokai's lived a lot this game. Like, I feel like there's been a lot of situations where Maokai's looked dead and he's just escaped by the skin of his teeth.
Man, you can't say that when he still has 7 deaths. But you being like, yeah, this Maokai should have 12 deaths by now.
Yeah, could have be 17. What do you mean?
That's fucked
Oh,
up.
but Ina's wrapping around,
Oh,
looking to make an impact here. But it's hard when they're clumped.
yeah.
I mean, even
know.
a strong Rengar, you can't do much jumping into a 5-stack.
Right. It's not like Rengar has Tiamat or anything, so you're actually just one-shotting one person and then everybody else needs to
Oh, like he has what? Why do you say these item names like this? What is it? What did you say he doesn't have?
Tiamat? How am I supposed to say? Tiamat?
Yeah, Tiamat. I don't know.
Is it Tiamat?
That's how I say it.
Tiamat or Tiamat?
Okay, so Acid Rabbits are stopping the Dragon Stack here, snatching the light of hope away from the eyes of Deep Dive by denying them their soul.
Yeah, that is also huge. It's going to be a long 5 minutes until they get another chance to swing the game. And honestly, this game could be over in the next 5 minutes. They might not
Very
have a chance. And if I were Acid Rabbits, I would play for that. I think they're strong enough to just win.
Okay.
They can brute force down any towers. Like, towers mean nothing to this team because they can just die past them. I think that they have to be a little careful about it, but if they have their waves in order and they can force a dive, then I think I would be putting this game away before the other team has a chance to pick up Mountain Soul and flip it a little bit too much. Oh, this is warfare here. One sweeper gets so much value. There it is. Nope. AR is a little bit wary of the fact that they're split here.
Oh
my
goodness.
god.
Mina. Almost got right
That actually, I think that's actually bad for them, though. Mina doing
Yeah,
that.
because it's not out of they're out of gas. They don't have
They
any
didn't die.
fight. Yeah. It would have been huge though.
Yeah,
because
the kill would have been
Morgana
huge.
does have a huge bounty as well. A lot of gold.
Yo, I'm
Of the binding lance.
mindfucked that Morgana also doesn't have stopwatch. She actually went
Oh, that's kind of surprising.
healing,
Yeah.
which makes sense because they have like Mundo. They have.
Oh, that is a really risky back. That was a really risky
Yeah,
pack
yeah.
by Man
That's
Nuts.
scary.
Red team's
Okay.
inhibitor is respawning soon.
I think Morgana might have the gold to complete it. Let's see. What's she sitting on? Sitting
I don't think
on
so just yet.
1K? Oh no, 12. Yeah, 1200. Yeah. And I don't know. The Zanya's cut up. I think he's missing a component, right? It's like it's the Seekers, the stopwatch, and something else. I think like Blaster One or something. So
Yeah,
maybe not enough gold there to finish that.
should get there. I think. Well, this Swain on the other hand, that belt going into Rylai's? Rylai still builds out of that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't. Yeah, I don't know.
Pretty sure.
The last I checked, it's still yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Rylai's is gonna be a pain in the ass. Can't kite out of him whatsoever. If he finishes that Rylai's, I don't. Unless you really pick him off, it's gonna be hard. Oh, Drew.
Here's the
pushing
mouth
top
guy again.
here.
He might not
Varus
live in
gonna
this
ult.
situation.
Actually, Varus ults them all into a Galio ult. Manbuds
Okay.
hasn't procced his ult yet either.
Good.
He's saving it.
They can't re-engage.
Oh, they forced the proc because they saw
need to
the
just
mouth
cut their
coming in.
losses.
This
Yeah.
is pretty big because QDAF here could look for maybe a one-shot, especially on the vid coming in from the bot side.
Oh.
Vid finally gets a stopwatch, gets the stun.
Okay, nice.
Vid, doesn't die yet. Wow, they're chasing Vid.
Nice.
What
Yeah.
about the rest of the team?
A lot of gold on this.
Is this the turn
Okay,
that
I
this guy
don't.
needs?
Well, the Rengar doesn't have R, so it's hard. Yeah, they don't have the resources, I think, to push further here. And I also don't think that they can do the Baron in front of 4 members of AR. So, I mean, the pick is nice, the gold is nice, but you have to take your losses and run, or take your wins and win.
That's a
Objective
bounty.
down to here. Yeah. Huge. 2 towers here. Much needed gold into the pockets of
That is a ton
Diver.
of gold.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still behind a
Here
ton.
comes the bot.
Critical. Oh, QDAF
Okay.
almost gets stuck. Oh, wait, he actually ulted the window.
Well, that was an accident. Probably a misclick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably misclick when she flashed away.
Mm.
Even though I think the flash happened like after the arc
After.
came out, but
Yeah.
either way, I mean, that's actually a little unfortunate, right? Because like I think you actually, well, you at least forced the stopwatch of Rengar,
Okay.
so it's actually pretty unlucky.
Right.
It was a good laser by at least 2 to line it up.
Yep.
And have the Rengar flash out.
Good attempts.
Got control, but they gotta clean some of these other pieces of vision out. There's that ward that they didn't pick up near the red side.
Okay. So the Dev has vision of this. Oh, but they are pretty far, nonetheless.
And they have 2
Alright.
entries and 1 in a Swain. They can actually do this. KF probably just gonna go for a steal. If he goes for a steal though, here it is.
Oh, good
doesn't get
try.
it. She's gonna die. No
Yep.
stopwatch. It's too much damage. She was gonna die even if she stopwatched. It's a good choice to hold it, but now with the dragon spawning in 18 seconds, you're also gonna see the dragon. And after they see the dragon, because it spawns so quickly, you're probably gonna see a lot of your base.
For sure.
Varian's poking in. He thinks he's Jace right now. Look at the poke. Varian kind of slapping. He should have played. He should have played like Xerath or something.
Yeah. I mean, basically, champions are basically the same.
Drew. Oh, Drew is not long for this world.
Oh yeah, that guy's in trouble. Oh. Okay. Support down.
Yes, very short for this world. In fact.
Baron just taken. The bind and landed. Okay, but they're gonna get some resets here. Gonna spend their gold. Get onto their map with Baron and their increased power and try to see what they can do. Close out this game and take a chunk out of the #1 seed here.
Yeah, Bloodthirster starting to be finished up by Fire Knight.
Fire Knight.
I mean, we talked about his build and how weird it is, but I also don't think Bloodthirster is your call here.
Okay.
I think you're gonna die if Bullet runs at you anyway. You should get bored and just fight it out.
Okay.
But you know, it's not the worst item in the world. I think that it's gonna be okay. He's gonna have to sell that tier eventually, right? Is he gonna finish 1 mana?
I think he's just gonna keep it in his
I mean,
inventory.
but
The
with
game's
the
probably
rest of
gonna
the
end.
world, Feels so weird.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably just gonna keep it there.
Yeah, I mean, game's probably gonna end. You're right.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes because the shove down mid is happening right now.
Yeah. The only hope for deep dive here is Mina's hunt, but it's hard to hunt a 5-stack, so it's pretty hard to find anything to do here.
Tate is also really far behind on items
Okay,
right now.
but what are they? What is Mina doing? Is she trying to? Is this a diversion or? Because they are swinging down to kill the cat. Okay, she's invisible. Oh, she is in trouble. Yeah, she's gone here. I mean, oh, she just walks away. No, okay.
Oh.
Nice,
I bet
nice.
you in her brain she was
Below
like,
7. I mean, I would hear for sure. I'd be snickering back, yeah.
Jesus Christ. Elise doesn't even know how close she was to death. She was like, huh?
It's a death. To death or life. I should know there was Rengar somewhere in the area.
Yeah, I mean, definitely would not have been worth it for Rengar to trade for a Lux. But
True.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I probably would have done it.
Yeah, man. What do you mean? The game's doomed.
I would have fragged out, you know?
Yeah, for sure. It's an ego thing at that point.
Yeah, dude.
Blow your ass up.
Base shot, though.
Okay, no Baron though for the side of AR.
Yep. I think this game is gonna go a little bit longer.
For sure.
I don't see it getting better though. That's the
Yeah,
problem. I don't
for
see
sure.
this getting better for them.
Yeah.
I only see this getting better for them if Varus has full items he can frag. But yeah, I don't know. His items are like a little scuffed.
Yeah.
He's gonna build, I guess, Wit's End with that last one right there. That
yeah,
item
I
makes
think
sense.
so.
Wit's End
Okay.
makes a lot of sense here. It's gonna tilt the shit out of me if he doesn't sell that tier later for like some other items instead of
Dude.
marijuana. But Wit's End
Dude.
does make a ton of sense.
Just gonna have to let him make it, bro. That tier is there. That tier is there to stay.
Yeah. Oh wait, there, what's it Daniel?
Oh.
Daniel split.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's,
he's
oh
gonna
wait, that's a
CC
dead
the
jungler.
death.
That is a big
Oh,
deal.
but
Okay.
they're in this choke and
Oh,
man
here's
versus
Galio.
just gonna run on him.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just
Coco
a big
doesn't have
hold
flash though.
differential at
Maybe
this point.
instead Olaf.
Oh, the
Oh,
banding
big
landed.
fair.
Okay,
Big
it's the
cleanse.
I don't think he
Hey,
wins
he's
this.
gonna get the run the fuck
Yeah.
down though.
I mean, does he have his R?
Yeah, looking for blood. Man, but
Okay, there's one.
big.
Was the
Flash
Elise
away.
again? Yeah, it was the Lux though.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
mean
not
the other two had,
credible.
or at least what's his name? Mammoth had stopwatch, so he wasn't gonna
Yeah.
die anyway.
Oh yeah, and you can't kill the Olaf. I
This
said
is
Olaf
funny.
in honor of you, by the way.
Olaf
Yeah.
Meister. Wait.
Oh!
Oh!
Ah, okay. Alright. Game's looking
I
kind of
love how
rough.
he just walked away. It was a fadeaway too.
Yeah, he was like, okay, you got this.
Yeah. OGs don't look at explosions.
Have fun. So AR here. Just lollygagging. Deciding how best to finish off their wounded, maimed, crippled, defenseless prey. That sounds kind of mean, huh? I just mean like, you know.
I mean, they're tanks, man. They got lots of defenses. Right?
Yeah, true. They've got nice warm hide. No claws or anything.
It's okay.
He's out. He's out.
chilling.
Yeah.
Look at his items, bro. He's tank.
Yeah.
Kind of.
With this being a best of series, what takeaways does
Swain
Deep Dive have
gone.
on the?
Swain gone for sure.
Okay.
I don't think they fully. I mean, maybe Olaf too, Jesus. But like, I don't know if they fully understand how the lane works. I mean,
Okay.
I think Mina did a ton of work on the bot side, but the lane itself, every time they would gank him, they kind of just stand on him too. They actually traded a lot of kills by standing on the Swain.
For sure.
It wasn't. I mean, I think it's a big point against this Swain. Then again, it depends what side they pick too, because they could pick blue side and then force AR to ban Swain, right? Because they play Swain in mid, and unless AR has a counter pick prepared, then they're gonna pick Swain for sure. I think Swain is pretty easily the most pivotal character here because it just presents. I don't know about that. Mirror. I don't know about that. Oh no, she has no flash. She's dead.
For the protagonist, yeah. And our Galio's in there
Good
too.
stopwatch for Manbus, and they're
Okay.
still taking his ult away.
Yeah.
Look, this is why you gotta get rid of Swain.
And now the Mundo's in trouble too, without flash. Can he run out of this? I don't think so.
No.
Oh, he's running.
Oh, he's actually speed demon. Never mind.
He ran out of it.
Big shot. Wait, Manbus? Oh no, he's still. I think.
And our
Oh,
Galio
he
doesn't
did.
have flash. Oh, but he did kill the.
I
he
mean,
did
game
kill the
over
Swain.
though.
Yeah.
Game is over, but I like it for the principle, you know.
True. Swain's got to die.
Varion's like,
Did they
Come
just turn around
back.
and kill the
Come
Swain, or did
back.
they try to end the game?
Come back.
No, I think he's gonna die now
Just
without
end
that.
the game. End the game.
Okay, Coco's on level.
Yeah, Coco's
He
like,
said, all right. He said, all right. I've had
come on,
enough of
guys.
this.
Let's get to game 2.
It's taking forever, yeah.
So, undefeated no longer.
Wow.
Deep Dive is very defeated this game. There were moments where it looked a little dicey, right? But
Right.
but I think, honestly, I think the comp went a long way. We talked about the Lux being kind of a weird pick here. I honestly don't really know what the Lux did here, to be totally honest with you, as a pick. I think Elise actually played it pretty well, and they comboed the Lux ult with the Vi. They did get some picks, but I think it was less them picking people off, right? It was like the other team launching themselves into AR, and then AR saying, well, I'm Olaf, and I'm Swain, and they don't care. They have Morgana. They have a lot of ways to make it to where they don't really care. Also, I think Sataniel was really aggressive on the Vi, and that really got them a lot of space. But
For sure.
what you mentioned before, like what I would do for game 2, I mean, the Swain's got to go, right? Like, come on.
Right.
That last fight was like big evidence of it. QDAF jumped right on Swain. Swain didn't die. Honestly, didn't even care. Press R and then started going to town. And then when the Galio was telegraphed, then he stopwatched. And if you can't one-shot the Swain there and he gets to stopwatch the Galio, like, you're probably dead. So,
Wow.
Galio
Gotta take
actually did
away.
the most damage on Deep Dive. I don't know how.
Yeah. I mean, it was Swain, so it wasn't. It was a lot of. It wasn't like he was like one-shotting people, but they were just like fighting in his ult, couldn't kill him, and he was killing them. So. Oh no, you're talking about the other team. Yeah, I don't know how. How did the Galio damage me? That's kind of crazy. Huh. Well. I guess what happens now? Do we just hang out till game 2 starts, or what?
Yeah, I think we just chill and talk. Please give me side select as well. I think the game ended at like what, 6:59, so 7:06.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna eat some food.
Well, actually, wait.
What's up?
7:04. Right, not 4. It's -5, right? 7:01 per side. All right, so Deep Dive, because they lost their first game this entire season, they're gonna take blue side now, and I think it's because of the Swain. They gotta deal with it somehow. Wait, did Mayo just leave me? What the heck? I'm solo bolo now.
Literally eating.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Fair.
I don't want the stream to hear me munching. You know.
Elena, you
Kinda
gave
rude.
me. Oh dang, you gave me the thingamabob, Elena.
What?
You gave me the overlay.
Oh yeah, I did it kind of late though.
It's okay. I don't. I mean, I guess I can take the overlay for this game anyway. BTL stream. TD versus AR. Technically, overlay was wrong for last game anyway, right? So it's good. We didn't need it.
Both of them.
Oh, you did? I didn't even see.
Yeah, there's 2 there.
Well, we'll see if we'll need the second one as we head into game 2 pretty shortly. Man, we were witnesses to the first time Deep Dive lost this season, so the dream
The
is
slaying
dead.
of giants. Yeah.
Here's a question for you. They haven't lost all season. Does this
Okay.
mess with them, like, mentally? Like, they finally met a wall that they ran into that was difficult for them to break through, and then eventually that wall crumbled on them. So,
For sure.
what do you think?
I don't think so. I think real champions show their mettle after defeat. So, after their first loss, they're gonna bounce back stronger than ever, and just never lose a game again for the rest of their collective lives. Yeah.
I'm honestly inclined to agree. I think blue side, they experimented with red side, but here's the reality of what happened with red side. They experimented. They saw Olaf. They didn't have a counter pick, and they picked Mundo into it. What? Like, that's not what you could do. That's not what you want to do on red side. You want Avarion to play a matchup that he really wants to play here. So I think they're not going to do that again. Blue is definitely the way to go. Coco has counter picks too. I think they. If AR picked red side, I think not AR. Deep Dive picked red side. I think that is just because they thought that Avarion could use the counter pick better, or that Coco, was a top laner, really good in his own right, and that he could use counter pick. But it looks like they didn't really use it. And if Deep Dive, I think sees that and they want to switch to the blue side instead. If they can play the blue side, sure, they don't get counter pick, but then some of these big picks that cause them a lot of pain this game, like the Swain, the Olaf, the Vi was really good. I mean, honestly, everybody on this game played pretty well. You know, even the picks that felt off here, like the Lux, like I thought Elise's Lux was actually pretty clean. And
Right.
like a lot of the mid game, she really lasered on top of like layered her spells and lasers and snares on top of her teammates.
Yeah.
Like, the good thing about Elise playing Lux is that she's really comfortable on Lux, and that goes a long way, especially in like a tournament like this. So I think blue side is good. If they don't force a ban on Swain out of from AR, they could just first pick it, and I think they probably will. Vid the mid doesn't have a ton of counter picks straight up, especially if they ban out some of Vid's favorite picks like Brand. So I think that's what you'll see unless the pick is banned outright.
So did AR get lucky with champ selecting their one win, or are they legitimate? Can they 2-0 deep dive here, or are we gonna have a series on our hand?
I think it was. I mean, it's you got to be legitimate to beat Deep Dive. I don't think it's a coin flip kind of team to play against, and like, you know, comp diff or not, like they played pretty intelligently. They took the right fights. They tried to avoid as many fights as possible. It's not easy to avoid every Rengar one shot. Sure, that's pretty hard. But the moment that they did avoid like a couple, that was enough. All right. You got the champ select open, Mayo?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Chat's working too. Oh, okay. Okay, you're here too.
Yeah, I'm
Nice.
chilling now. All right, here we go.
Okay, short
You're
up
the
player.
rabbit, baby.
Okay.
Clearly, Acid Rabbits made this champ select. They're trying to get in Deep Dive's head a little bit, maybe. I like it, though.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. Deep Dive, all business here. They're not in the right order, by the way. It's tilting me. But, you know, fine.
They'll figure it out.
We'll make them LCS order after this, sure. Here goes the draft. What do you think? Do you think either team?
No.
bans Swain?
I ask. Wait, what do you
Oh, wait.
think
Okay,
about?
Okay.
Yeah. What do you
I
think
already
about
told
whatever
you
question
what
you
I
were
think.
gonna
I
ask?
think Acid Rabbits should ban it. I don't think that they should let it go out first.
The
'cause
Swain?
I think it will. Yeah, I think 100% it will.
Yeah.
Unless Acid Rabbits has a plan. But the thing is, like I said before, Vid doesn't have great counterpicks to it that he's
For sure.
super comfortable playing. So
Yeah.
I think Acid Rabbits should ban it. What do
Yeah.
you think?
Yeah, I would agree. I think it's just too hard to deal with. And like shutting it down is like a team effort. And it wasn't just like the bot lane played bad into it. Like the whole team kind of played into Swain's hands at some point in time. So if it's like a pick
Yeah.
that the entire team is struggling with, then yeah, better to just take it off the board and make them play something else. Basically, make them prove that they can beat you with something else.
Yeah. I mean, Man Butts, when he was on, THD with me, and we won the season, I don't think we played Swain a single time bot. Maybe we did, maybe once or something. But we mostly played him on traditional ADCs, so he definitely can win on traditional ADCs. But his Swain, it's his pocket pick, and he feels really comfortable. They're actually saving last ban here. They're not going to show Swain ban anywhere here. So it might end up being a Swain ban as the last one, the last clincher, but we'll see. Maybe
What
they
if
don't even
Deep
line
Dive?
up Cass here.
Yeah, what if Deep Dive are true egoists and they say we don't care about the Swain? Pick it
Yeah,
again.
Pick it first. I think that would be pretty insane in the membrane. I'm curious what they would do if they do that. What was the last game from AR? It was Kenji, Cass, and
Was it Brand?
oh, it
I
was
don't
Annie.
remember.
Yeah, it was Annie.
That was Annie. Okay.
Okay. They're gonna opt into the Swain matchup if they ban this Annie. Do they have a counter pick prepared? I don't know.
Let's see.
What do you think? What would you play into Soigné?
Redacted? No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't know if that's a bad pick, is it? I don't know.
Oh, well, there we go.
Okay, well,
Deep Dive have stolen away the Swain.
that was obvious enough.
Okay.
But, I mean, surely AR knew that was coming. So AR probably has a plan.
Okay.
What's the plan? Let's see what the plan is. Morgana mid into it. Morgana's actually really good into it. For what it's worth.
Okay. So you're saying Deep Dive is more likely to play Swain in the mid lane than in the bot lane?
Oh yeah, 100%. I think. Drew might play it, but it's Tate's comfort pick. He's played a ton. I think most likely he takes it mid.
Okay.
But you can pick a lot of things into Swain and feel really happy about the matchup. Like you can pick like Annie into Swain. Annie's actually really easy into Swain. So is like Tristana. Morgana's good into it. The thing about Morgana is that you're still gonna need
Oh,
consistent
that was a
damage on your
quick
team to
lock
kill
pick.
it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, like
Okay.
here for sure, you're gonna need a lot of damage. They're gonna go with Senna, Seraphine on the bot side.
Yeah. What's that bot lane's name? The double S? Because you know what is it? Karma Ezreal was called Namaste or whatever. Did
I
this
don't
bot
want
lane
to
have a
call.
name?
I don't want to call it the SS. That's kind of
Yeah.
fucked. Jesus
Okay. Okay.
Christ.
Okay. Super Saiyans? What do you mean?
Uh,
Super Strikers?
uh, no,
Sent
no, don't do this. Don't
Sentimental
do this.
Saplings?
Oh no!
What the
I
yin?
can't see this being an okay pick.
Okay.
How are they gonna damage? How are they gonna do enough damage to send a Seraphine? Oh no.
Okay.
We'll see how
So
this
this
goes.
Jin, yeah, this Jin pick has you concerned about getting through all the
Oh, I'm
healing.
so concerned. How do you get
Yeah.
through all this? I don't know how you're gonna do it.
You're right.
I
So you're
thought,
saying,
yeah, oh, I thought it was gonna be something like. I mean, you could go a lot of things into this. I mean,
Yeah.
I know there's some champions that they probably wouldn't play, like Zeri. Zeri's insane into this, but like, you know, there's other champions you can play. You could just play Jinx or something, you know.
Yeah.
You gotta
Okay.
pick something that can burn through it.
So
I mean,
Singing
oh.
Sentinels, when you're up against it, what do you normally go with? Like, what's the? Are you supposed to? I mean, you get out pushed by them, right? So how do you even out that lane?
Wait, Senna Seraphine?
Yeah, you like that name that I gave it, Singing Sentinels? That's pretty. It's pretty good.
Yeah, you actually usually don't get outpushed by this, depending on what you're playing
Okay.
into it.
Okay.
Because Senna is actually pretty bad at pushing in general.
Gotcha.
Seraphine's pretty good, but they're also both
Okay.
like really susceptible in the early game to getting like dunked by a jungler, especially if
Okay.
it's a Vi or a Jarvan or something like that, right? And they do have
Right.
Vi.
Yeah.
So it's not the early game push that concerns me. It's when they're meatballing later in the game and they're healing and shielding each other like crazy. Like,
Right.
how is Jin gonna output damage to make sure that that doesn't happen? You know,
That makes sense. Yeah.
pretty difficult with the Jin pick.
Yeah. Yeah. But okay. Flip side, assuming the Jin gets really far ahead and he just like fourth shots one of their heads in,
Yeah,
you know?
tap maybe.
Yeah.
But it just feels really bad. Also, Lux Jin. I mean, you just gotta pick one guy out. One shot that one guy. They should have a lot of lane prio Lux Jin. That's the biggest
Okay.
saving grace for them.
Okay.
And Morgana, I don't know if she'll have lane prio against Swain, but it's gonna be really hard to kill Morgana as Swain. Morgana's probably gonna run Ignite this game again too. I actually don't think it's the right play still, but I think that it makes a lot more sense when you're into the Swain anyway. So
I'm really interested to see what Mina picks this game because she was the biggest player on Deep Dive last
Kane.
game, but on the Rengar it's kind of limiting.
Kane is
So
really
Kane.
good in this comp
Yeah.
in this game.
Yeah.
I actually think Mina could be really unstoppable this game.
Absolutely. Is it a red cane or a blue cane angle? Which one's better
It's
nowadays?
probably red. You can
Okay.
stay alive forever
Okay.
against this comp. They heal you over and
Sure.
over. You heal yourself over and over. It's
Yeah.
Really
Oh, that's
obnoxious.
true. Yeah, I can see that. There is a lot of healing on the side of Deep Dive. Heal cuts gonna have to be bought very first item.
Ornn. So blind Ornn here.
Okay.
See what
I mean, pretty
Purple
safe
finishes this
though.
off with.
Yeah.
They need
Does
some-
Ornn have any hard counters in this meta? I don't think so. I think he's
Um,
pretty safe.
yeah, I don't really play enough top lane to really know, but I don't know what I would pick if I were Acid Rabbits. Maybe Gangplank or something. Whoa. Okay.
Silas?
So Silas is
Still
interesting.
Yeah.
Because Silas is actually extremely good into this comp.
Yeah, a lot of good ultis.
Extremely good. He can win
Yeah.
the lane against Ornn for the most part. Gotta be
Yeah.
really careful around some walls. But like Ornn Kane probably doesn't actually kill him.
Mhm. Yeah. Like 3 out of 5 insane ultis, and the other 2 ultimates are just kind of like okay. So yeah, really good Silas game by the looks of it.
Yeah, I mean it's a sick Silas game. I think it's actually a pretty sick pick, and he can steal the Swain ult and live forever.
Right.
So I actually think it's insane. Silas into Seraphine is really easy for Silas because Seraphine ult gets him crazy value. And the thing
For sure.
about this is that Deep Dive is going to stack with Swain, Senna, Seraphine.
Yeah.
Except for Kane, but everybody else is actually going to stand in one place because they want to get healed, which means they
Right.
all probably get caught.
Right.
It's actually an insane pick. I love that pick, but I don't love almost all the other
Your
picks.
commands tell me.
Like Swain, Vi is gonna dive into a meatball as Swain, Senna, Seraphine,
You overstep.
Ornn, right? Like that's suicide.
That's hard.
Morgana is actually fine, I think, in mid. I don't think they're gonna output much damage, but it's okay if they had damage from their bot side. But their bot side is
Think
the weirdest
without
part
the
of all.
other.
Jin Lux here, I don't get it. I don't see why you would do this. And I feel like there are a ton of other picks that you could pick here. For instance, like, you have options here. If you wanted to just, like, DPS or something, Zeri is the miracle pick here, right? You can
Right.
press R, go to town, just delete them, delete their shields. You know, like play the game out. You could probably press like Sivir. You could play Sivir, avoid getting dunked by like all the spell combos, and then just like spam out your spells or autos and like W's and Q's and do a billion damage. Right? You could go like. You could go those two. You could go honestly. Aphelios is kind of cracked here too, but I don't know if he does play it. He was on my team. He played Aphelios. You could play Aphelios. Okay. You could play like you could play Ezreal and outrange them. Actually, you might not do that much damage, but depending on what the rest of your team looks like, it might be a play. You could even play Varus here, go on hit or lethality depending on the situation. Like there's actually so many options. And I feel like of all the options that they ended up picking, it was Jhin, and I don't know what Jhin does here. I mean, you could be worse. You could pick like Kalista here. Kalista would be fucking miserable. But like, I don't see how Jhin wins you this game. And I mean, they're not. When you pick Jhin like this, you're not looking at Jhin to carry it. You're looking at the Sylas to carry this game, really. Sure. But I don't think you can look at just Sylas and be like, "Yo, you better carry this game." You know? Like,
I do not tolerate
pretty hard
cowardice.
task to give a player. Because at least last game, they had like the Swain that was huge, the Olaf that was huge, Morgana was making plays. You know, like the Vi was making plays, at least had great setup combos. Here, all that can happen, but at the end of the day, that Sylas better kill everybody.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, we'll see if he has what it takes to get it done here. Like you said, a pretty tall task.
Are they not in LCS order? Oh, no.
I didn't check. Let's see.
They're definitely not.
Oh.
We're going to have to rearrange a lot of units.
Okay.
Tis.
Okay, I was going to say, do you want to...
Is this a sign of tilt? What's going on?
Do you want to make him remake it?
No,
I mean,
no. We're
just
just
draft
rearrange it when we get in game.
Yeah.
But...
Microwaving a burrito. Can't enjoy this potential what is it, throne dethroning series.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this one goes to game 3. It's so hard for me to see a world where AR can execute this comp so perfectly that Sylas can 1v9.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah. But you know, AR did also have the harder to execute comp last game too, and they pulled it out.
They did.
Yeah. So maybe they'll double surprise us.
Yeah, but I think there was a lot of issues last game with like honestly a lot of like the deep dive composition and like deep dive build decisions, and so like I think that complicated things for them. I think AR played that last game magnificently, and I think their comp at the end of the day really worked out. Especially like due to like say the last pick from deep dive and everything. But this game, you got a large hill to climb up. It's gonna be a difficult one. They got to snowball this, like you mentioned before. Like Jin's got to be big, man. He's got to be tapping. And if he can't do that, this game is real hard. And he still is got to deal with Kane on the backside. So. Difficult game.
Yeah, tall task for sure.
Yeah.
But we'll see if the rabbits are up to it.
I think the lanes you gotta watch though. Sylas, obviously, that's like the biggest part of this game. If Sylas can really 1v9 or not. That's one, and he might be able to if he can steal a big Seraphino and one-shot the team, or steal a Seraphino and live forever. So, you know, it might be possible for him to 1v9. I think you gotta watch him. And then, honestly, on the other side, Kane is really important, but also Swain. I think those two are the ones that are going to benefit the most out of Senna Seraphine, like shields and everything. Those two are the ones that really need to make sure that they stat stick hard enough to where they don't get one shot, they can benefit from the shields and the heals, and continue to make fights longer and longer. The longer they bring fights out, the better it probably is for them. If this team with Sylas and Jhin can't one-shot, like there's no way that their sustained damage can match up to the healing sustain that Deep Dive's comp has. So. Now, when has Mina not been big on a character?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why I was like, yeah.
But
No, I was just saying. I was just agreeing that.
No,
Yeah.
no, no. I'm just saying, but like you mentioned, deep dive in an 0-1 hole, and I think maybe it's time they prove themselves. They can fight back from a little bit of adversity. It's the first time they've really been confronted with this all season. So
Let's see how Deep Dive responds when their backs are against the wall. Although not really, because they just go to the lower bracket, so it's not really like up against the wall. They're just their backs are up against a mild inconvenience.
AR confuses me with this comp just because I think what they wanted to do is just run back the same shit. They were like, "Holy shit, we won! Let's do it again,"
Yeah.
but it can't
Yeah.
because the swing got picked. Honestly, it feels like to me like Jin was a pick that they honestly didn't plan, right?
Okay.
So I wonder. Because I think Caitlyn's more playable in this comp than Jin is even. You could go Caitlyn Lux, right?
Better pushing lane.
Yeah, you can one shot with the Caitlyn traps on Lux. I mean, it's the classic push lane, classic one shot lane. Senna Seraphine can't outpush it at all. So like really hard for Senna Seraphine to play. They push under tower, and Kayn can't apply pressure to your bot lane very easily. It's not like it's a Jarvan where they can apply pressure to the Kate Lux, right? So
Yeah.
I think that's probably the play, honestly. Because late in the game, the only person trying to kill your Caitlyn is Kayn. And if it's just a one-person dive team, then you're kind of happy.
And it's Red Cane, yeah.
Yeah, probably Red Kayn at least. There are okay. So here's
order.
actually the reason why it might not be Red Kayn.
Okay.
Oh, fix your unit frames, by the way.
I did. Put them in the right order.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
The reason it might not be Red Kayn, even though I think it makes probably a little more sense. Well, one, she has Dark Harvest, so it's probably not Red Kayn. It's actually probably Blue
30
Kayn,
seconds
right?
until
So
minions
that's probably it.
spawn.
One, you have Dark Harvest, and two, look at all the lanes. They're all ranged except for Silas on the top side. And you fighting, if Ornn and Kayn 2v2 Silas and Vi in the early game, they're gonna get their shit kicked in. So I
Absolutely.
think you actually have no choice except to either duel Vi in jungle to try to get your stacks, or fight the rest of the map and get blue stacks.
Yeah. So forced here into Blue Cane by virtue of the team she's playing against. What are these junglers? What moves should these junglers look to make early? What should we be on the lookout for?
It's pretty similar to the last game, right? Like they got played towards the bot sides. I think this is the one biggest downside of D-Dice comp, that Kayn can't really play for top because this 2v2 they'll get their shit kicked in, and then can't really play for mid either because you're never gonna kill Morgana in this lane. And if Vi comes up and you get a snare, then whoever tries to gank probably dies, honestly. So you can't really play for anything on your top side, and you only got one choice, and it's go bot side. And I think AR should know that. They should recognize this and realize, wait, the rest of us can just like free shove like crazy because we know that they're gonna play towards bot. There's nothing else that makes sense. Coco. Not gonna get the full combo.
And the grass proc, pretty favorable trade for the orb
Yeah, good trade.
early on.
Coco turning around there and getting hit. He had to know the grass spot was up.
Snare lands, good chunk on
Yeah.
10.
Nice
Yep.
shot, nice shot. So the biggest thing about Silas that you have to realize is that what Silas likes to do is trade HP for shove, yeah? You want to shove, but the only way you can really stabilize your waves and shove is if you trade a bunch of HP doing it.
Okay.
Oh, mid is definitely not going down.
Yeah, maybe
He's
just
gonna try to get some stacks.
right.
Oh, that is huge.
Big
on a Drew.
damage.
Oh, Drew's gonna die.
Vi's here. Oh,
Big
Oh.
on the flash.
yeah.
Double flashes. A little awkward, but it's okay. Oh, look at Coco winning this fight. It looks
Deep
even,
dive.
but the thing is, it's not. Against Silas, he just W's you and heals off of you, and now he
Right.
has wave shove.
Gotcha. So, excuse me, after Rabbit's here, I'm once again taking their lead from bot lane.
Hey,
Oh, but Mina's here in a
he's
good position. She does have a red buff.
Oh,
the
I'm
dead
surprised
flash.
he even did that.
I think it was a red buff thing. I think he was gonna start getting auto attacked, and it'll be like it could have gotten dicey. So,
Maybe.
I mean,
I
yeah, I
would've
think
W'd her.
flashes.
Just W'd her
Mhm.
and just ran away. I think you live every time there, but you know, maybe the red buff, or at least you gotta let her hit you with the red buff or something then,
Yeah.
and scout it out and see if you have to flash. And you have to flash, you have to flash.
Right.
Because either way, just like you did here, you're gonna TP it anyway, right? Like if you get
Yeah.
super jump. That's okay. I mean, at the end of the day, it was a good play by Mina to force the TP out. He's actually quite far behind CS. Oh, Drew doesn't have flash. Oh wait, he does. Oh, the other guy that flash. Very nice.
Yeah.
It was like the camera panned away when they got that Genki.
Right when they got the kill. Yeah.
That's
It was
crazy,
weird.
right?
Yeah.
Directed cam, hello?
Okay, he's gonna fight this for
I
sure.
feel like she's gonna die. Are you gonna fight him? Like for real? Wait, surely he 1v2s. I mean,
We didn't have
I guess she
cooldowns, yeah.
really wants red stacks. His shield's gonna go down. Does he? I mean, it's kind of painful, no? Mid? You better flash.
Okay. Pretty good trade there.
Yeah,
to get that
surprised that
flash
he
out.
just like stood there and auto attack traded him because I think like I mean he was very and Tate saw that immediately.
Yeah.
Good play from Tate to burn out the flash just for the ghost. That's a
Very
trade off
worth
for sure.
Yep. No TP on the Morgana as well. But I think he's looking to freeze this wave, or is he shoving? Let's see. It's not doing either. It's just I mean, it kind of half shoves, I guess. No, that's a shove. Yeah, don't I like what is it, 2, maybe 3?
Because of the jungle intervention and because I think Coco like was working on getting the shove in early before it was a little, like slightly interrupted and he had to burn TP.
Yeah.
He's actually quite far behind CS right now.
Yeah, and that's the win comms. That's huge.
Yeah, it's good for Mina to force this out of him. TP down now from Afarion though. So Coco is going to have a window when his TP comes back up that he'll actually have a chance to play on map. And Silas on map, really dangerous this game. Going to be able to, if he comes to the bot side and can grab Seraphine ult, or comes to mid and grabs Swain ult, then fights are basically unwinnable.
So despite the first blood, gold just about even here.
Yeah, CS differential top and mid is really big.
And bot. Bot lane
Yeah,
has
but the other way around.
Oh, true. Yeah. The other team.
But one of those lanes bot has a Seraphine in it, and honestly, who cares? You're gonna scale it, so they live it anyway. Same percent.
Hey, but the rabbits here with the early dragon that stacking early.
Yeah, I think regardless of that first blood, the rabbits are in a worse position right now, even with the dragon, even with the first blood.
Gotcha. Because your Silas is so far behind.
Yeah, Silas hasn't really taken over yet. Look, he has to deal with this wave. He actually misses a decent amount of CS on this too. And so like, I think this is fine for them, but it's not perfect. It's no team's like really taking a foothold, and it's not like, I mean I do think that you guys team scales really hard, a lot harder, but like, it's not like they're guaranteed to access it yet or anything like that.
Yep.
Once Silas takes skirmishes and stuff like that, I think it'll be harder to really determine who's ahead or who's not. But, nice little root from Man Butts. Nice damage.
Yeah.
I mean, there's tons of lane control on the bot side over there at least.
Oh. This guy has flash. He's fine.
Yeah, I think he's fine.
Okay. Yeah.
Gets the flash.
If I was 6, he might have died, but
I mean, it was a good tempo gank from Satania. Look at his camps. Taking his reset, go to bot side. He doesn't lose anything on top. I mean, it feels pretty good. I think the only downside to this is that first Herald is up, and if Deep Dive can recognize that first Herald is up and Satania is resetting for flash, then they could get free Herald. But unfortunately, I don't think they recognize that, and so 2AF sitting here on the bot side farming his camp. She either can tap top or go for the gank on bot side, but you gotta know Vi is starting to come down.
6 for 6 for Kanye here.
Yep, 6 versus Daniel too though.
Okay. Vi ulti definitely much more impactful than Kayn ulti.
Kanye has a tier and has a serrated Dirk, so that,
Blue for sure.
yeah, I don't know. You see a lot of Eclipse Red Kanes nowadays. Honestly, I
Oh,
think the
real?
thing about Kayn is he can build whatever the fuck he wants to get away with it. I
Okay.
swear, if you build Death
Oh.
Cap, you're fine. Traded
Oh,
flashes.
he's
Fire
buck one
is
into the
stuck.
vine.
Fire is
Yeah.
stuck. Oh,
Okay.
good bot.
Yeah, the
Poor
Seraphim's
shot.
dead here. Okay.
Oh,
Oh, and the Jhin ult is
Nope,
opening
no
up.
tags.
Sarah has
Ooh,
flash.
fancy feet. Oh, he missed the one where he was CC'd. Unlucky. Oh,
Seven's got
big
flash
snare.
here. Oh, this is quite the duel. Oh, here
Yeah.
comes Swain. The decider.
Oh,
Okay.
nice ult from PDAF.
Fi's gonna go down. So is this
Jhin.
Jhin. Yeah. Very good room by the Swain here to turn that fight.
Yeah, way ahead of Vid the mid, who's halfway through river, can't really get value. It was pretty greedy. Once that last ult missed, like Satania did a good job setting up that last shot, honestly, but it missed. And once that missed, like now they have no damage, and then Elise got a nice snare, but it was a little bit of a bait because the Satania was like, oh, I could do this, and he went back in, he died. Man Butts came down, nobody had river wards, and they didn't notice that Satania was like already on the roam.
Yeah.
Lots of good intentions, but you know, sometimes good intentions aren't enough. Like you have to make sure you can line up all the damage, and the damage just didn't line up there.
Right. It's now deep dive with a legitimate golden beat. About a game.
Oh, it's gonna be Rod of Ages, Silas.
How does that change the game, in your opinion? Is that a good call here, or what do you think?
Tanky is gonna scale really hard. Is it the right call? Probably. Or you probably need that HP and that tankiness to be able to sustain in these long fights where you're gonna have to deal with a Swain and a Seraphine Senna. So I think it's probably the right call. In other games where you're trying to one-shot someone or something like that, I don't think it's the right call.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is a dead
That's
jungler.
big. That's actually Herald too.
That's Herald, yeah.
That's really big because if they put the Herald topside and they can snowball the Silas, it makes up for all the early game stuff.
Really good binding. Need a well threaded.
So the biggest saving grace of Jhin is that I mean he should dominate this early game against Seraphine Senna. They played a lot for him too with the Vi. Lux has also been playing really well in the early game, getting a ton of damage out. Did you get a one shot? Oh, he does. Wow. Oh, some nice tags. Not enough, but nice tags.
Really good combination.
And Tate both standing on wards. No sneaky this time around.
Here we go.
Oh, Elise splitting. Oh, QDF can't go over walls now. Surely QDF is dead. She has
Yeah,
ult.
Bar here?
Wow,
Oh, she can't
she's
reach.
one shot, can't move.
Tragic.
Oh, Fire
Oh,
Knight's dead too.
Another
Oh my
turn,
goodness.
dead too. Tragedy for the side of AR.
For deep dive, you mean?
Oh, yeah. The ones that... Oh, yeah. Tragedy for the side of deep
And
side.
you might be a prophet though, because you said, and I said too, that if Jhin could one tap though, then it changes things. This man is up like 30 something CS and is 4-1.
Sure.
So the
Well,
one
differential.
tappage might come pretty quickly.
Yeah. About a 2,200 gold lead here for the side of the rabbits. Your bot lane here. Shooting this way.
Yeah, big damage.
What's this Herald? Everything's going AR's way. This game is going really well for them.
Well, this Herald is really interesting because I don't know if this is actually the best usage of it. They
Sure.
got some towers. They didn't actually break tower. Manbo's got
Yeah.
none of the gold.
Exactly.
Oh,
Oh, and then he dies
yeah.
here for the shutdown. And the shutdown
Wait,
goes to...
what?
Oh!
He's alive.
Oh, he's
what?
out.
QDA
Okay.
dies? Oh, she lives.
No, she's alive. Okay.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
That's a pretty unfortunate sequence. It's a good thing they didn't have a bigger bounty.
She's kinda stuck.
They give me gold.
She's gonna have to go into
Oh yeah,
space.
she's dead. Yeah. Oh no, it's an execute.
No,
maybe.
it's not an execute. Coco's here, maybe.
That's an execute. Oh, it's an execute. Oh, and he flashed.
Wow,
It's an
he
execute.
flashes for
That
it.
hurts.
That's
Yeah,
a
that
little
hurts.
cringe. That's a little cringe, not gonna lie. That's not worth. Definitely
Yeah,
not worth.
I mean, yeah, yeah, it's
But,
not worth.
You know, unlucky. I think at the end of all this, like, what I was saying before, that Herald is actually really weird because one, they don't take the tower, and two,
Yeah.
they split that gold like a lot of ways.
3 ways.
A lot of characters that didn't need that gold, right? Like,
Yeah.
like who needs that gold? Silas needs either all of it, or you need to stick it in man butt so he's so far ahead of Curve that he one taps, right?
Yeah.
Neither of those characters really got that much gold. Coco shared a shitload of gold, and man butts had absolutely none of it because he was in mid and then ended up dying. So.
Yeah.
That gold doesn't really mean that much, and not only does that not mean that much, but because they're actually like only barely ahead in gold, like 200 head, like it feels like this game is still like teetering, even though you know you have a 4-kill ADC on one team.
Yeah. It is competitive.
Fire Knight gets
yes,
destroyed.
I accidentally landed on.
Wait, Brood is trying to come up and like fight them. Oh, nice
that is
ult
a great
from Fire
Seraphine
Knight.
ult. Okay. Okay, and now it turns.
Oh, that was sick. KDF lives too.
Very well played by the side of the divers.
Oh, Vid is
Wait, hold on, where'd this guy come from?
Yeah, Fire Knight popped off that fight.
Did he live here? Oh,
No.
Maybe he lands the binder. Okay. Very good fight for Deep Dive.
Vid flashed at the end there.
He did, yeah. He flashed Fire Knight's pocket. Yeah.
I mean, Fire Knight popped the fuck off that fight.
Yeah. It was a great ultimate. Yeah. Well played by Mr. Fire Knight. And Deep Dive swinging the gold now in their favor by a solid 2K. So a very good 2 minutes of events. How did that? What do you think went wrong there? What was the communication breakdown? How did we end up in that situation? Was it the Vi going over the wall, or where do you think? What was the crux of that play?
I mean, honestly, they stacked up for Fire Knight to kill them. That's a big part of it. Vi also, I think Jin shouldn't have ulted there. He ulted like kind of within touching distance, right? Like right in front of him.
Yeah.
Oh, here's Silas doing the whole I'm Swain thing.
Hey, I'm not Silas. I'm Swain.
Oh, he's probably dead.
Yes.
That's
a huge.
Pretty big shutdown.
Yeah.
But it's to Lux.
Yeah, it goes to Lux. And now we do have confirmation that it is going to be a blue cane, so he's going for the assassination of this game.
Makes sense. Kind of. I think
I'd rather have seen.
Well, I think Red Cane makes more sense with the comp. But I mean, Blue Cane, you can one-tap the backline, the Jin Lux backline, so it's fine.
Okay. I would really love to get this this next dragon, put them on soul point for Inferno Drake. That's still like a top 3 soul, right? Infernal, or is it outcost? I don't know. It's like Hex Tech Ocean or whatever.
I think every soul except for Chemtech is pretty good. Maybe Air Dragon is soul. Okay. Chemtech and Air Dragon are probably the worst ones.
Gotcha. Interrupt on the Q. Oh, that Vi could be in danger. Oh, never mind. Okay, okay. I thought if Vi Q was interrupted, it goes on CD, but I guess not. Looking for a good video. He's got no flash in that previous play. She called out. She's gonna catch her arm, try to live as long as possible, but she is dead. Oh. A bit of supportal combat there. Yeah, the support's just throwing everything they have at each other. Yeah, for no
came away like basically equally chunked too.
Yeah.
They just gave each other a nod of respect, like.
Yeah, well done, well done.
Nice damage, nice damage.
Damn. So Deep Dive in control of the pit, looking to stop AR's dragon stacking here, which is going to be pretty big as you have it. This game is pretty
an
close.
interesting point. And Vid is gonna get.
Shredding Herald.
Vid should back and get his mythic. Oh wow!
That was a really good
no follow-up
binding.
because it was on the Herald.
No, but it was a really good
It
binding.
was kind of sick though.
Yeah, pretty
I would have just
juicy.
lasered for fun.
I mean, you got to. You have to at that point. Yeah.
You get like a 10-second cooldown laser. Let's be honest.
Yeah. They have to know that you double blinded them.
Oh.
Okay, now Coco with Seraphine ultimate. Let's see if he can pop off as hard as Fire Knight did. Let's see who can do it better. Dropping the Herald here.
Give me eye in the Seraphine.
Dropping the Herald here for the 5-stack. This tower should go down, and that should be just about
Oh!
it. Oh!
What?
That is
That was
amazing.
okay. He can do it better. He can do it better.
That was an amazing.
I am the Seraphine.
Oh, I'm
now.
not sure about this. This might be an overchain.
Oh wait. Oh wait. He can also do it.
Yeah.
Oh, and
They
the
can both do
Swain.
it. Yeah, so that was
Curie
really
at the
good
back line, they
initially.
can't kill him.
Oh, the double kill! Okay, Mina's crazy. Mina's kind of sick with it. Yeah, when the Vi went in, I thought it might have been an overchase, especially because of all the counter engage tools that they
Yeah, it
have
was
on
2
the
and 2.
side. Yeah. Ultimately, all things, it was pretty even. But
I mean, I think you're right. At the end, it was an overchase really that cost them that. I think they could have cut it off and taken the tower and taken the kills and got out for free, but they greedy a little bit, and now it's honestly the same back and forth. They both lost the tower. They both lost two people.
this is a really back and forth game, like last game was for a good amount of time before it wasn't. But a lot of tit for tat here.
Yeah, I think here though, Deep Dive doesn't get to use his tempo because there's really nothing on map to play for. So what's gonna happen is AR is gonna clear all their waves out, regain tempo on map, and then be able to try to like get their vision line out before Deep Dive can really do anything about it. They get a tower here, which is nice too.
Red team's turret.
But they use that tempo swing to get tower. So it's gonna be AR's turn pretty soon.
Okay.
See if AR can actually get on map. Because like look, QDAF has to back, gotta buy some items. The biggest downside is that the Kane is 7 and 4.
Sure.
It can absolutely destroy people.
Yeah. But it is
Speaking of getting
oh,
destroyed,
goodness.
at
Alright.
least it's cracked.
Yeah, she says score 1 for this support. Yeah, good catch there onto Deidre.
It's huge.
Does that change the tempo at all? I feel like because it was a super low. Not sure how impactful that's gonna end up being. But we will see. Here's Mina on the hunt. Oh, she misses.
Wait.
Oh, she gets
oh my
blinded.
God,
Yeah.
She is so cracked. Can they Baron?
Yeah.
They should Baron. Right? I
Yeah.
mean, it's slow.
Low damage with Jin, yeah.
But I mean,
there's one
QDA's
here.
dead. So is their support. Support's up.
Yeah.
They stole the.
They can
no,
at
I
least
think they
bait
got
around
Baron.
it.
They got a Baron.
Yeah. So I was gonna say, yeah, so Mina could definitely absolutely destroy somebody with blue cane, but
But
not
Elise,
as survivable.
I mean,
yeah.
Elise is just cracked though.
Yeah, well, that was pretty sick, yeah.
Like
What,
if
did she
Mina
blind
flashed over
shield?
that, then she kills Elise for sure.
Yeah. Here's the
That
Ornal
was-
T.
that
I
was
think they just
pretty
take this Baron, yeah.
Oh, big damage on Japan. Santa's actually really low.
Oh, he's low,
Coco
yeah.
actually pretty hurt too.
But that's just minus to
Coco's the W saves him. They got
okay,
the
the
smite.
Baron's gone. What can
Oh,
they get
the
off?
charm hits
The
3,
Serpent also
but no
doesn't
sit,
hit
no
Jin,
follow.
though. Doesn't hit Jin, yeah.
Big damage.
Okay, and now the Jin are? Oh no, she's
Oh,
tagged.
the combo.
And she's blinded. Okay. Well played by the rabbits here.
Big man butts.
Oh, and this
over
guy's
the
all
place.
dead. Oh my god. Good night. Oh, here's Mina, but I don't know if she wants to be
Insane.
here. Oh, there's
Yeah,
one.
trying to 1v,
Okay. Well, there's one. There's one
traded
Baron
for
off the map.
support though.
Ah.
They can't stop the push because of it. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is the waves are actually in a really bad spot, so they don't have tempo to just run down and take the base right now. They have to get the waves
Okay.
in order and take the base. They're still going to take a lot of base, but
Yeah.
huge swing though.
Acid rabbits, yeah.
Yeah, and like, I think there's so many heroes in this fight. There's so many heroes because Coco, I thought that man was dead on the backside, but he got the W off, the huge W on Avarion to actually stay up. He kited the
Yeah.
rest of the fight and then was able to use his ult out. And then
Yeah.
Man Butts popping off, finding the Gale
sure.
Force angle, getting the ult down, vid, flashing to snare someone so that Man Butts can ensure that the kill goes over to himself. Or
Right.
Elise, I mean, like, Elise sets this whole play up in the first place because she kills
Yeah.
QDAF when she tries to dive her.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's so many heroes in
For
this
sure.
fight. And then Satania got the smite. I mean, that counts, right? Or something.
Yeah, true. Good smite. It was a really good Seraphine ultimate. It hit, I think, 2 or 3. But
three,
critically,
yeah.
it didn't hit. Yeah, it didn't hit Man Butts. So Man Butts was free to
Right.
take the
I think
bot side of
critically,
the
too,
fight.
even if it did, there's nobody on the follow-up. I think Drew
That's
was
true.
actually in stopwatch. And even if he wasn't, I mean, he's a support Seraphine. Like, Senna, what is he going to do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like Senna with one item mythic. It's not like she's hit any scaling points yet. So I think that overall, AR, they just outplayed them. I think it's straight up they just outplayed them. Mina dying early sets up the decision to go for it, right? Senna actually dies before that too, and then
Right.
Senna comes up and runs there, but Mina's already dead. And that sets everything up. And then finally, it's AR with the decisiveness to just do the Baron, fight it out, and they win.
Yeah, decent death timers kind of played a big part in that.
Look at Deep Dive
Yeah,
trying to
last
maintain
fight.
control here with it. Double. Look at the Acid Rabbit's double pink ward, baby. What's more impressive than having vision with 1 pink ward? 2 pink wards.
Twice the vision. Like if this Swain's really walking after, oh he's popped his ghost.
But look at the mid lane.
Yeah,
Wait, they have Baron Show though. If I were, oh no, don't die. If I were Acid Rabbits, I would say fuck this dragon. It's literally second dragon. I go mid, and I think that's what they're gonna do. Look at Silas. He's gonna take base.
I think they're gonna look to soft contest this though.
Yeah, but who cares?
Yeah, they
Look at the
first
base.
Yeah.
I think this could be game over.
Yeah,
if-
this is really, yeah.
Oh, and Tate just goes
And
down.
they can't live. Oh, it's disaster for
Drew
the
goes
divers.
down. Everybody goes down. Look at Coco. He doesn't care. They're still stuck. Coco is just gonna take the base.
Yeah.
They want Vid, but Vid doesn't matter. Oh, he also gets a huge root, and then the root combo. Everybody's hitting every root.
Just,
Oh
so
my
disrespectful.
goodness.
Wait a second. That was
This game
unnecessary,
is over.
bro.
Can they just walk in? What are the death times like?
They're not
Oh,
going,
no,
so they're
no.
gonna
It's
do
not
dragon.
over. Death
Oh,
time
they
is
already
short.
did dragon. Yeah.
Oh, he's
Oh,
punching.
this
Look
guy
at that.
didn't know. Yeah, he didn't know. Really big sequence of events here for Acid Rabbits here.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's crazy because they just won a 4v5 with like a full 4v5 the whole way through without control of Pit, and Coco just comes down and shoves mid and takes an inhib. They win the 4v5 and get the dragon, and it's just free. You know?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't know how that happened. But
I mean,
think
it was a. Go ahead.
Well, I think the biggest part is that people got picked off a little piecemeal, right? Like, you
Right.
saw Tate trying to zone people off the top side, and then you saw Drew getting picked off on the bottom side, right? They can't
Right.
do that. That's not what their comp does. It's Senna, Seraphine, and Swain, right?
Right.
All the S's, all together. They have to be together, right? You
Right.
have to stand in a clump. If you stand in a clump, it's much harder for that to happen to you.
Correct.
Because this comp is a comp with a bunch of snares, a bunch of pick, a bunch of burst damage. But if you can
Sure.
actually use your spells and abilities through it, like, I mean, what happened in the fights that were good?
Oh.
It was when Seraphine had big ults, right? That can't happen
Yeah.
if you're split on two sides like that and trying
Very
to
true.
zone off people. You just have to commit to the dragon and commit to
Yeah.
the fight that is inevitably coming. You have a 5v4, you have to be confident you win the 5v4.
Yeah.
So they win.
That's true. Yeah, and that's part of why I think I would have preferred Red Cane, I think. Because, yeah, there was a lot of things going on. Mina was going for an assassination on the Vi top side. I think Vid landed up binding and, like, you know, chunked out the Swain really badly, like, on the bot side of the fight. And the rest of the team was, you know, busy with Dragon. So, yeah, not really playing to the comp, too much going on and too many,
Yeah,
too many
and
spots
on the
to
other
map.
hand, Acid Rabbits, though, they're patient, right? They're looking
Yeah.
for these spell combos. When they miss a spell combo, they just reset, they run away, Sataniel runs away, and he's like, no, you're not catching me here, even if it's close, right? And then they come back, and the moment something hits, Sataniel's ready to go, they're ready to go, they're patient, they look for their opportunities, and then, I mean, here is the real star of the show. Snares are the real star of the show.
Snares, yeah.
Mina has died to snares a lot, you know?
Oh,
And Mina's
okay,
popping off,
here's-
but, oh, like right there! She gets rooted again!
God, yeah. Yeah, it's hard to play assassins with so many snares.
Oh my goodness.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. They run into him. That's game.
Yeah, I was
Surely,
just
it's
about to
only a
say how the
Mario.
game
They
is.
just run down mid.
Just about to say how the game isn't over yet, and then that happened. I was
Yeah,
even like, oh,
wow.
this game isn't over yet. Orin items, deep dive, undefeated season.
I mean,
We don't know how it's going to play out. Yeah,
they're
but
just
then-
defeated in playoffs because if they
Yeah.
lose this game right here, and Vid is going to stop the recall just to add salt to this injury.
yeah.
But like, I mean,
Oh,
the game is over
yeah.
probably. It's 10-second
Yeah,
death
probably.
timers. Maybe they can
Yeah.
hold on their base in a miracle hold.
Yeah.
They're not going to have a Varian because
Sure.
he can't attack with Vid looking at him. He can't even TP back because Vid has ult, right? He's just going to stand here and mess with him. It's going to be game over.
Oh, it's actually game.
The
AR is
2-0.
2-0.
And it was a
Unexpectedly on deep dive.
It was a convincing 2-0.
Wow.
I mean,
Very
a little bit of
impressive.
back and forth, right? But like,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, AR
Ultimately.
executed their comps and Deep Dive didn't.
Wow.
But I mean, yo, okay, like,
Wait,
the snares though.
Yeah. Yeah, actually.
The snares
Yeah.
though, right? Like actually,
Yeah, at least had a really good game. That second game.
at least was
actually-
insane that game, and Vid was insane with the snares too. Like the snares though, and the combos on top of it with Jin, like the snares though. I thought
Yeah.
Silas was gonna be the one that carried this game. Obviously, he was not. It was the entire bot side hitting like every skill shot ever. Even though that ult in mid though, where he stole Seraphino and like pwned them, that was kind of sick. You know what I'm saying? Kind of sick.
Yeah.
Who do you want to interview, Mr. Mayor?
We gotta ask the chat. Apparently, we weren't reading chat the whole time. They asked for like a set of soul check. We didn't do that a single
Yeah,
time.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a
I
fuck. Who really cares, dude? She does damage.
entirely
I
about
don't know.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Forgot
whatever.
entirely about
She
that.
has more range. I don't care.
Okay. Okay. Wait. So who are we? Okay. So we could do man butts for his crazy Swain game earlier on. I feel like
Swain game is
Elise
sick.
also had a pretty good. Yeah.
I think Elise
Uh,
is cracked
yeah.
this game too.
Yeah. She also had a pretty good. Yeah. especially the second game.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to pick an MVP this game, it's Elise. Look how much damage she did. What the fuck? She outdamaged the entire enemy team.
All right, we're grabbing Elise.
How about Elise and Man Butts? Grab the bot lane.
I'll grab them both.
Yeah.
Okay,
Get him from me. Get him from me, man.
Okay,
Take him, take
I
him.
got you.
Like, they changed their name to Lady Elise. It's gonna be hard to pick the one. All right, I didn't read chat the whole time. You know what? I'm gonna open up Twitch chat just for you guys, and read some questions out. If we have any comments or questions, I may have to mute this. It's gonna be awkward. Someone said my points. Shout outs vid.
So, Colorcast, are you gonna start this interview?
Oh yeah. Wait, but
Hello?
aren't you
Alright,
there?
I went to the wrong fucking chase because we all renamed ourselves Elise.
Yeah.
We're
I was
all
like,
Elise.
you're gonna have to grab Elise, and I'm like, wait, which Elise?
Oh, multiple choice.
All right. I mean, that was sick. We grabbed you two guys, even though your whole team played really well. I mean, I think from start to finish, I thought that the draft in the first game, I actually thought you guys had a pretty nice draft. I was confused about the Lux for a bit in the first game. I probably still am now, honestly. But the second game, I thought it was better, and not only was it better, like the pick was better, but you played it magnificently both games. So you know, like I think you guys just executed better today, and the second draft looked really similar to the first draft. Like when they took away Swain and everything, like where you're like, whatever, the core works. Like let's just go with the core and fit in some other stuff that like is tailored for the pick ban, or like how did you approach the pick ban against Deep Dive, who is no longer undefeated, very defeated in fact in playoffs.
Do you want to go, Elise, or I can talk about it?
You can go ahead.
Essentially, the Swain pick was pretty well predicted.
Oh god, the stream. What happened to the stream?
From James after our game 1. They knew that they had Swain as a flex pick between them. So basically, between game 1 and game 2, we were just brainstorming about what we would play into it. And while we did settle on a similar core, I think it's just because this is something that's going to end up working. You lose a lot of the kill threat of Swain when you play something like Morgana mid. And even if it went bot, Jhin, Lux can at least play somewhat at range against it. So frankly, and like just being able to have tons of binds, which obviously ended up being way more useful against Mina than like against the Swain, just helps us control what fights we want to take and where. Because anytime they try and come in, we can just force them out.
Yeah, very, very good point. Makes a lot of sense. Speaking of bindings, you guys' coordination, especially in the mid game, the second game, also the first game too as well, was really on point. Talk to us about how comms are going, because it seems like you guys are really, like somebody lands something, everybody just kind of knows what the move is and what the play is. How are comms going throughout these last few games here?
I think if one person landed CC, right? Like if I land my binding or Vid lands his binding, then that's our go button basically, because we can stack everything together. If we end up missing and it doesn't look good, then we just run away, right? Like when we reset and we reevaluate, if we need to like go back, if we want to continue looking for a fight, but just kind of be patient about it.
Yeah, I mean, how did we saw? Speaking of bindings, I mean, we saw bindings on bindings in the second game specifically, chained onto Mina every time she jumped in on Kayn. Like, honestly, the Baron that you guys took was because you hit the binding first, and then Man Butts followed it up with his own binding, and she got one shot, or Kayn got one shot. That happened at the last fight of the game too, where a binding hit, got Rudy got one shot. How do you stay so calm when it looks like impending doom is coming your way from Kayn with the Prowler's Claw and Muramana?
I think for me, I just feel really comfortable on Lux. So, as long as I'm able to land that, or somebody else is able to land theirs, and it looks like if they're lining up, like I feel pretty good about playing Lux into comps like that or champions like that. I think I was just like also like riding from the high of the last game, so I was like, oh, I really need to like hit these this time, and it felt good tonight.
I just want to jump in because, like, literally, I think between game 1 and game 2, Elisa's just like, I've pulled off Flash Q on their assassin. I should do that more. And then she just did that more.
Yeah, because I definitely like was a little bit rustier the first game, but there was like one specific play from game 1 where I was like, oh shit, I was able to flash away as soon as Mina jumped onto me, and I was able to hit the Q. And I think that helped build my confidence going into the second game. That
Nice,
like, oh, like I can do that.
Yeah, I
nice.
mean, not gonna lie, you just had her number the second game, like all game. And it was huge, right? Like I think those snares were the real MVP the whole game. I think you were the player of the game in the second game, but like that made the Baron happen, and it made other fights turn. It was pretty crazy to see the assassin shut down by of all people the Lux, honestly.
The support, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a champion you'd assume like does all the peeling. Like if it was like Lulu and they come in and you poly them or something, it's a little different. But
Expected.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was really crazy play.
Yeah.
I think that everybody played well though. I think Man Butts, we brought you in because you're part of the bot lane, but also your first game on Swain.
Crazy.
I mean, we've seen you play Swain so many times. I mean, we know it's a thing. Everybody knows it's a thing. So I wasn't surprised to see it pop off, honestly. I think my biggest question for you in draft is like the second game when you guys had red side and they picked blue. I think the plan was really obvious from both teams. They were going to either pick Swain or you're going to ban Swain. You guys chose not to ban it and to give it away instead. Were you just like, yeah, whatever, I don't really care about the Swain, like we have the counter picks for it, or like we have the draft to play into it? What's the mindset behind like not getting it off the table and just letting them have it instead?
There's multiple factors that go into it. I mean, one, I think I'm the better Swain player just in general than anyone in this league that can pilot it. But the other real advantage of playing Swain is the fact that I'm able to pilot it bot. I think that here it's way more effective than playing it mid or playing it support. I mean, Vid's pool is fine into Swain, so we were not concerned at all about it going mid. And the issue is that taking its support is that you have less gold, you're squishy as hell. It's not a real concern. The reason why I think it's effective as a bot laner is because you get double agency out of both your ADC and your support, and that creates way more threat pressure bot, whereas if you were to just pick it and just have a regular ADC, it's not as effective.
Yeah, we definitely saw you having a ton of agency bot, tons of snares in the first game, especially when people like dove in on you, and you're like, nope, I can actually tank this through, which is something that I guess the other team wasn't super prepared for in the first game. They really only had one source of damage. Actually, I think Galio out-damaged Rengar somehow, so there's that too. But you guys move on past Deep Dive in a 2-0, honestly, like not really that close fashion. You're going to take on either EXO or THD, right? I think that's right. Mayo, can you confirm for me? I'm pretty sure that's right.
Uh-oh.
Is it THD? No, not EXO, THD. SB or THD, right? SB or THD. There you go. Yeah. Who do you think you're going to see? And, who do you want to see? Do you want to see them, I guess? SB and THD. So SB is the team with, like, Misa and Co on it. THD has Adam, etc.
Yeah, what team are you more afraid of? Or are you guys saying we just 2-0 the definitive best team in the league? No problem. We're not afraid of anybody.
I mean, by transitive property, now you are the best team in the league.
Oh.
So who might take your throne? Maybe. No one?
Off the top of my head, I'm not sure. I feel like I would probably like I don't know. Maybe Ben has an answer for this, but I usually like rely on Centennial and Coco because they do a lot of like draft work and then the research into the other teams. So for me, I think I would just like focus on my own game, whichever team we end up playing.
Centennial in chat says that he wants SB though.
Okay. Well then, I go with my jungler. But Ben, what do you think?
It's a good support.
I'd rather go against THD.
Oh,
It's a terrible AD.
Ooh.
what the?
Terrible AD. What do you mean?
This was wrong, but this
The
was wrong
heck?
with League of Legends. You're supposed to just go with whatever your jungler says. Okay, I'm down. Whatever you want, Mr. Jungler. Yeah, fuck my wave. I don't need
No,
CS.
either way, we'll prepare.
All right.
Sure.
Well,
I think it's interesting that it's actually, now that I'm looking at it, they both have junglers that I've played against before, so I'm expecting they
played with
camp,
before,
hopefully.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully they camp. All right. I mean, maybe those teams don't have Swain players, so maybe it's a free ban every time. Okay. Cool. Well, GG. You guys took down a previously undefeated team, so no longer can any team ever have a fully undefeated season through BTL. This has actually happened before one season where a team went pretty strong in the regular season, They had a bye, and then they got 2-0'd in the playoffs, and then it was doomed. Deep Dive isn't doomed just yet. They're dropping to the lower bracket. In
Absolutely
fact,
not.
I don't know who they're playing. Who are they playing? Nobody. I think they're just waiting for now.
Ah,
But we'll get there soon enough. And as for you guys move on to see SB or THG. Thanks for the interview. Thanks for
thank
the
you
games.
guys.
Thank
Congrats,
you.
you guys.
Thank
Thanks.
you.